and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every
Good evening, everyone. Once again, welcome you all back to the Hornbills Esports Championship. And of course, we are here to witness another two teams make it to the LAN event tonight. It's the round of 16. Two more teams are going to realize their dream and, of course, step on the other side of the door to the LAN event, right? And joining me is once But of course, talking about doors, we know the sponsors of this event, right? Nagaland Doors is a Nagaland-based brand. They specialize in making custom-made doors, interior solutions, and architectural products. They are just one of the best sponsors out there. If you want to get anything for your home, because of course they make your home more beautiful. At the same time, winter is coming, right? Once, so are you craving some coffee?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, coffee and winter, it's like my best friend. So yeah, definitely, I do need some coffee.
And if you are visiting the Hornbill event, then you do want to check out our another sponsor, of course, Naga Beans. It is a Korean cafe in Kohima, the heart of the Nagaland itself. And if you're visiting for Hornbill, then you do want to check out their cafe because, man, it's winter time. We all know how cold it gets in the Northeast. And, you do not want to miss out on their extremely special coffee because, of course, who doesn't want some coffee in winter? And of course, this tournament is being supported by Asian Esports Association of Nagaland and the Department of Youth Resource and Sports, Government of Nagaland. So imagine this LAN event, which is going to happen, being supported by the state government itself. So that's a huge round of applause and a lot of kudos to the government for for sponsoring and supporting esports growth in the Northeast region. And along with that, we're back to the match finally. Once, what are your thoughts about tonight's match?
My thoughts on tonight's matches. Definitely, I do have to say that tonight the teams that are gonna play off against each other are Light Cavalry Crew, and their opponent will be Yama Esports. So this is gonna be a very fun and interesting game because yeah, Yama Esports is definitely one of the teams which is a fan favorite, as well as Light Cavalry. So yeah, we're gonna see what they have up their sleeves tonight. But yeah, Fredo, we are already into the first game right now, and this is gonna be the drafting phase. So, what are your thoughts on the first game? Any prediction?
Well, of course, light cavalry are not somebody that I've heard of a lot of times. I don't really know too much about them, but I do know about Yama Esports, and we all know how experienced this lineup is. Along with that, tonight we have Insane playing for the side of Yama Esports, and you know what this guy can do. He has always been performing every time he plays. We all know in terms of mechanics, you cannot really consider a lot of people close to Insane. But yeah, at
Yeah.
the same time, he has not been very consistent into the tournament scene. So it will be really surprising to see if he performs tonight or not. But with that, at the other side, Light Cavalry, of course, because I have not really seen too many games from them, I'll be expecting them to bring something new as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite the same for me as well because Light Cavalry is a team that I am not familiar with. I've not really seen how they play. So this is gonna be my first time that I'm gonna see Light Cavalry perform, and that too against Yama Esports. So this is going to be very interesting. And yeah, it is a best of three, so it is going to be a huge, it's going to be a long game because it's going to be a best of three. So we might see uh, 1-1 on both side of the teams, and then it will drag to a game number three, or maybe not. Maybe there might be a clean sweep. We never know. So let's see what happens. But yeah, I do want to talk about the bans so far coming up from the side of Yama Esport. They're on the blue here. They have the first pick and they have the first ban as well. And we can already see that Yama Esport, they're already the they're denying light cavalry of those high tanky EXP laners such as the Alice, the Grok, and that Gatotkacha. And yeah, they're going for the first pick CC here, which is really good. She is a flex pick. And yeah, you always want to secure the CC on the board. And as for light cavalry here, we can see that they have picked off Insane's Lancelot. They've picked off the Kimi and the Jujin. So yeah, it seems like light cavalry, they're gonna go for more of a utility type of a lineup here because they have bandwidth diffusion. They might not want to face against her because yeah, she can be a big problem for tank jungle, right?
Yep, exactly. And I feel like even the Kimi is a kind of band that is very good when you're going to pick up a utility jungler. At the same time, we're taking a look at the side of light cavalry here. We're seeing the Lapu Lapu and Hilda show up. It won't be surprising at all if they pick up the Fredrin as well,
Yeah,
because the Fredrin is definitely a thing to be considered when you do not have a Zushin, when you do not have a Kimi,
yeah,
left for the enemy to get to pick up. The Fredrin is always a pick to go for, but for now they're not really going for that. They're going for the EXP, and the roam here is definitely the Hilda going to the roam. And the Lapu Lapu going to the EXP, I feel like. But the Lapu Lapu has also showed up a lot of times into the goal lane. And the
Yeah,
Hilda can also go to the EXP because, of course, she can clear those lanes and rotate faster thanks to her mobility, right? So, yeah,
yeah,
anything could happen in this meta where you're always, seeing these fighters everywhere in every single role. So, I'm not
yeah.
really sure what to think of it, but let's see what Yama Esports responds to that.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, the Lapu Lapu is a bit of a flex pick as well, because we have seen a lot of times that the Lapu Lapu is played in the goal lane as well. So we never know what the meta might lean into. But yeah, it's definitely the fighters who have overtaken the meta, be it the EXP, be it the jungle, be it the goal lane. So we're seeing a lot of fighters. And yeah, talking about fighters here, we can already see a similar kind of a pick coming up from the side of Yama, because they have picked away the Esmeralda. So I feel like the Esmeralda might be a possible XP laner here against the Lapu Lapu.
Mm.
And the CC will definitely be the goal laner, because yeah, the Esme is a really good counter for the Lapu Lapu. So I do feel like the Esme is gonna be in the EXP against the Lapu Lapu, and this is definitely gonna be a CC goal lane. And I also love the fact that Yama Esport, they've secured the Lunox on board, because the Lunox is one of the meta mages in the current meta as well, because there are just a lot of fighters and you need really high burst, high damage to burst down those tanky front lines. So the Lunox comes into place perfectly here.
Exactly, the Lunox is going to help the side of Yama Esports shred down this Hilda and the Lapu Lapu, which are going to be so tanky and on your face kind of heroes because these guys are just specialized to dive in right head on, right, and just go
Yeah.
for those backlines. So yeah, the Lunox will definitely come in handy to melt them down by maintaining the right positioning. But at the same time, if you take a look at the side of Light Cavalry, they just picked up the Kadita. The Kadita is a very good response to this Lunox because we all know Kadita has immense burst potential. And even the CC will have to be careful because, I mean, the CC is, of course, a good source, a good damage dealer. But at the
Yeah.
same time, the sustain is not really that high. So you might get bursted down in the early phases of the game if you're not really careful around those bushes. And I mean, we don't really know which map we're going to play on, but if it is the dangerous grass, then you need to be even more careful of the Kadita. So yeah, that will be something to be considering right now. But looking at the second phase, what light cavalry have just banned out the Frederick themselves.
Wow, we were actually expecting light cavalry to go for the Fredrin, but yeah, no, they're just not gonna go for the Fredrin. I think they might pick the Xbox here. There is a high possibility that they
Yeah.
don't want to go for the Tang jungle. They might force Yama to go for the Tang jungle, and they'll just go for the Xbox. So it seems like they're declining Insane of his jungles. But yeah, Insane is a very very versatile player. He can play a lot of heroes, so even if you ban with the Lancelot and the Fredrin, it's still wouldn't affect him much, because his hero pool is quite huge. He can play
Yep.
so many heroes. But yeah, oh my god, Fredo, look at this, another fighter on board. This is a Bane.
Mm.
So yeah, this Bane is definitely gonna be a goal laner, I feel,
Yep.
because Bane goal lane, the current meta. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense to pick up the Bane. It's open and you can actually flex it to the jungle as well because
Yeah,
the Bane jungle is also another option. So yeah. Along with that though, right now at the other side, they have banned out two marksmen this time around. They have banned out the Natan, they have banned out the Granger as well. But the enemy instead picks up a fighter for their goal laner. At the same time, Yama Esports, let's see what their reply is. Three heroes have been banned out here. Oh, insane.
ooh,
Has to go for that
insane.
signature
Let's
pick.
go.
So it's going to be a very fun game to see. But yeah, 0% win rate on that Fanny in this tournament so far. So I don't really know what to make out of this. Fanny is not really the best jungler in this meta. But
Yeah,
of course, in the hands of Insane, we can definitely expect something to be happening. At
yeah,
the same time, let's see. If the enemy decides to go for a Ruby right now and send this Bane to the jungle, I won't be surprised at all. What do you think?
yeah, definitely. Because yeah, the Fanny, I think being picked at this time around definitely has put yeah light
Ooh.
light cavalry on a chokehold. But wow, look at this. We are going for a Xbox jungle, just as I was anticipating. But Fredo, I am quite skeptical of the Xbox jungle. Because
Uh,
how are you gonna perform with an Xbox against a Fanny? The Fanny will shred the Firaga armor. So yeah,
yeah,
there's no point of picking an Xbox if there's no tank in the opposing side, right?
yep. And I mean, not just the Xborg, right? I mean, if an Akai would show up, I would have been more happier. Akai can definitely shut down the Fanny a little bit in the jungle area. We all know that Fanny likes to dominate the jungle, but even
Indeed.
Akai is one of those heroes that likes to dominate the jungle, especially with the heavy spin. He can just pin the Fanny to the wall when she comes around. And of course, it sends in will be definitely not happy with that. But instead, they pick up the Xborg here to try and make this comp work, which is looking very, very sustain friendly, I would say, because Bane and Kadita themselves have a lot of sustain with their passive. Of course, the Bane with the second skill can heal up as well. Hilda and Lapu are already tanky enough on their own. Xborg is, of course, he has a double lifeline. On top of that, he has armor as well. So yeah, the
Yeah.
side of light cavalry are definitely looking very, very tanky, but at the same time, Yama Esports also have the counter against them. So let's see if they can win this match tonight, or are we going to see Light Cavalry win the first one? Here we go into the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Hornbill Esports Championship. Insane Zin already going in for the aggro, trying to take away that. Oh, he gets knocked up though. He'll be able to escape.
Well, it's just those early game pokes, early game skirmish. So yeah, for now nothing much is gonna go on. It's just gonna be the basic farming. And we can already see the Xbox has taken his red and he's already rushing for the purple buff. As for the Fanny, she just reach onto that red buff. So yeah, the Xbox will have a better clearance in the jungle in the early game and will be able to rotate earlier. And yeah, wow, that Lito just literally went on their hand quite easily. But yeah, never mind though. We can see that on the bottom lane, we can see the CC and the Fanny. They're just farming quite slowly as well, and the Fanny is trying to hit that level 4 as soon as possible, so she insane, he'll be able to use those steel cables and rotate. But yeah, it seems like he missed his cables, or he didn't miss it actually, he just was a bit delayed to reach that exp crab.
Yep, and with that, let's see if the side of Light Cavalry decides to go for that turtle first or not. Both the junglers do not have their level 4 yet. Oh, Insane just got their level 4 now, but he does not have the blue buff. So yeah, there's a problem. You might have your levels up, but if you do not have the purple on you, your Fanny will never engage. So I think the side of Light Cavalry, if they keep a track of the timer on the Fanny, I would say, then I think they can actually gain some advantage. But for now, Noah is just forced to use those rough waves to get away from Violet. But that means that Yama Esports can have a free turtle for them right now.
Yeah, and definitely a free turtle for them. But then again, on the mid here, we can see there's a bit of a skirmish, a bit of a clash, but nonetheless, they're just gonna rotate to the turtle, and it seems like, oh my god,
Oh,
he just secured the turtle quite beautifully with the last insanity, and yeah, Insane was just left
my
flabbergasted when he
goodness.
just got to the base.
Yeah, he definitely was flabbergasted there. How did that happen? The god of retreat that some people say just got, of course, out retreat by a guy called Shug Madik. Damn.
Oh, that is a really sus name, so I'm not even gonna try and say it because
No, no, no.
it's
Yeah, I
definitely
mean, once you
gonna,
can say it like the way I said it.
yeah, definitely. But
Sug Madik. Yeah,
yeah,
it's Sug
yeah,
Madik.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, talking about the game though, Fredo, I feel like this time around the pace of the game is quite slow considering the
Oh,
fact that both sides. Oh, the Kadita.
yeah, she did commit, but now Insane will arrive. Oh my god, the rough waves. That was actually a good amount of damage done on the Fanny there. But okay, Viole seems to be going in for the Kadita. One more hit is all it takes. And there's the first blood of the game. Viole gets the first blood on Noah. But there is the Hilda coming to try and take down Viole. Brilliance will get forced out. The backup arrives. Funks
Oh,
might be getting taken down here, and he does escape using the
oh, the
revitalize.
the
But
backup.
Insane still goes in for the kill. Almost before he dies inside the tower. Fangs will still get the kill though. At the same time, Lapu Lapu with the bravest fighter, but there is not enough damage on him yet. Shugmatic as well arriving to the scene. Lot of damage being done, but nothing comes out of that fight.
Yeah, that was definitely a trade to the side of Yama Esport. Even though Insane he died, I feel like it's still a benefited the team a bit because they do have a bit of a goal lead here, which is around 700k. And as for light cavalry, they're just a bit behind when it comes to the goal. But we can see here Insane actually spamming those steel cables on Fangs here. But yeah, this time around we can see the Lapu Lapu coming in with the backup with the bravest fighter, popped out all his skills, and it seems like he's just trying to chunk down the HP from Dark, but Dark is just way too tanky on that Esmeralda to take down. But yeah, Ice Wizard here trying to sustain as much as possible as well. And here goes Dark with the ultimate, and oh,
Okay. Spamming those cables and trying to get that armor down, but that won't be happening. Instead, he'll be the one going to take it down instead. It seems, yes, he does. Sugmatic takes down Insane. And that is the jungler down on the side of Yama Esports. Will they be able to get this turtle without him?
oh my
Must be the case.
god!
They come in with the Minion Fury. Noah gets taken down by Viole. Zatat might be getting taken down here by Weird. And Weird takes down Zatat. At the same time, Dark was taking down Kenkai. Let's see who gets his turtle. Sugmatic gets it. And the knockup coming in from this Minnow with the Despair Stomp. And he takes one down, one more. Dark is the one who gets a kill instead. And that is a fight that went in favor of Yama Esports, but Light Cavalry takes the turtle.
Yeah, they're getting the turtles. They've already taken 2 turtles. But yeah, kill wise though, man, like Yagami, they always manage to somehow trade off the turtle for more kills, which puts them in the advantageous side. And yeah, they definitely have to, they have to look out for Yama Esport because they're always there to secure the kills. So they have to be very poised when it comes to the pace of the game because both side of the team they have really good early game heroes. From Yama Esport, we have we have Insane, we have Dark, as well as Light. These are really good early game heroes. Even the Lunox, Viol, right off the early game with the Chaos on the Dark form of the ultimate can deal out a decent amount of damage even without much items. So Viol also is someone which you have to look out for. And as for Light Cavalry, we have the Kadita, definitely a threat, the biggest threat I would say, a camper. But on the top here, what is going on? Zozo Weird, he's just being forced to pop out his ultimate because there's just so much pressure. Look at this.
Oh my goodness, that was a lot of damage done onto the Hilda, but he is able to heal up using the Revitalize. But with that, definitely there seems to be a lot of pressure being put here from the side of Yama Esports onto the top lane. They want to take down this Lapu Lapu, but they have not been able to do so yet. But
Yeah, yeah.
once they do that, they want to push down those towers because take a look at the bottom side. It's already cracked open. Now they're trying to go for the top lane. But let's see if Light Cavalry will give up that tower easily or not. Lapu Lapu is of course not an easy member to be taken down easily, right? He has the bravest fighter. He has a lot of damage. He has a lot of sustain as well. But yeah, with that, the turtle has spawned and the X-Borg is nowhere near it.
Oh, look at the Hilda!
Petrify combo coming up instead from Noah to save the Hilda. There, top side, Zitat might be the one getting taken down, but he escapes. He had that sprint on him. Insane gets the turtle as well. Light Cavalry is not really taking any trades anywhere across the map. It's looking like Yama Esports are taking all the resources, the towers, the farm, the turtle, everything has been taken here by Yama Esports, and Light Cavalry have not even responded. So once I don't really feel like if this game keeps going like this, Light Cavalry will not really have anything to show up for.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with you because they're not fixated on objectives like turrets. They're mostly focused on the turtle. But look at Insane with the spam. Oh my god, this guy. He has so much energy to just spam the steel cables on a Hilda and even finish her off just as easily. Man, this Insane, he's a different kind of Fanny. I tried to spam Fanny and yeah, my energy is all drained out. But on the top here,
Lapu Lapu, you could be in trouble here. He gets knocked up. Darkseid trying to take him down. One more hit is all it takes. But will he survive it? Oh, he does stun them. And now there is Sugmatic coming to the action. He wants to take down Viole. Enka already taken down top side in a 1v1. And now Sugmatic, look at his shield is getting melted down. And Dark is sustaining every single thing because look at Ice Wizard, right? He's just healing up the Esmeralda so much, and that's the reason why he's able to sustain. But now into the mid lane, Insane Zane takes a lot of hits from the rough waves. Dark coming in a little bit too much there for the aggression. There were no minions into the mid lane tower as well. I think he was trying to escape through the mid lane tower, but he realized later on that, man, there are no minions for me. So yeah,
Yeah.
he just changed his route there.
I feel like the oh look at Dark. He's just trying to poke off so much HP. He's just putting so much pressure, not even allowing them to enter their own jungle. And here we can see Vlad coming in with the backup. He's trying to dish out some damage with the Blitz Yo-Yo, but insane though on the cables. He's just going insane. But yeah, the Hilda will disrupt him with the second skill combo because it does put a little bit of crowd control, so that is a little bit of hindrance on Insane. But yeah, nonetheless though, Insane doing really well with the Fanny, I would say, even though he has just secured merely 2 kills. The pressure is really high on light cavalry. I feel like light cavalry, the only hero which will be able to carry them is going to be the Bane with full build. So yeah, they
Yep.
have to wait for the Bane to scale, but we can see already a lot fight coming up here into the river,
Oh,
and it's going to be Insane who's going to secure it. Oh my god, look at Dark. He's just going up front, tanking so much damage and putting so much pressure. But now again, Insane with the steel cables onto the top there. He does not want to commit and yeah, fight off with Kenkai here,
yep.
but yeah. Kenkai, wow, you just forced out your flicker. Insane was not even a threat for you. He couldn't have shred you with that much energy, and you even had the deadly catch to catch Insane in the air.
Yeah, but the thing is, Insane was also really hesitant to go in. But now
Yeah,
Dark, he's doing a 4v1. And the reason why Insane was hesitant to go in is, of course, because of the deadly catch, right? He would get knocked up and get one-shotted, actually. So yeah, Insane was scared of the Bane, but at the same time, the Bane was also really scared of the Fanny.
yeah. It was
That was,
basically a two-way reciprocation of
yeah.
emotions. But yeah, on the bed here, oh my god, look at this, Fredo. Insane going insane on the Fanny, and he takes down Kenkai just easily as he did on the Hilda earlier. This guy,
Yeah.
he's bursting them down so easily. I'm quite surprised that Insane, he's still being able to dish out so much damage despite not getting early game snowball on the kills. But nonetheless, though, we can see that the second tier of the mid lane has been taken down by Yama Esports here, and they're rushing for the turrets more and more. And Dark here trying to help out our guy Ice Wizard here, but Insane as well with the backup. And
Whoa.
that is just a beautiful kill secure by Viol.
He also saw being used here to take down members. But yeah, they do not get any inhibitor from that Lord. That is kind of surprising. Because I felt like they could have taken down at least one inhibitor, the kind of lead that they have, the kind of synergy that the team has. They could have at least got one inhibitor, but they get nothing out of that Lord. Not too many commitment being made either.
I mean, the Lord was kind of weak because it was merely a 8-minute Lord, and there was still the shield on the top, which totally melted down the HP of the Lord. So it makes sense that they couldn't get their hands on any inhibitor. But yeah, they definitely, they got the second tier turret from the mid. But here, look at, oh my god, look at Fangs. He's trying to poke Dark, but Dark is not
Uh-oh.
seeing any target.
Whoa, Insane. He's trying to bait out skills. Because that's what he can do best with a Fanny, the fast reflexes just coming in handy for him to try and bait out as much skills as possible so that his frontliners can have a better time. That's what a good Fanny player does in a meta where Fanny is not really viable for going in for engages or trying to take someone down, one-shotting. No, not happening at all because every single member is tanky in this meta. But yeah,
definitely.
now the Lord is coming up and Light Cavalry this time around are trying to wait and look out. If they can have a chance at taking this Lord. The jungler is still on the far side though. Let's see if Light Cavalry will try and contest this Lord or will they give it away for free?
I feel like they might not be able to contest this slot because there's just a huge goal difference. We can see that there's a 7.6k goal difference, which is huge, and they really have to cover that up later in
Yep.
the game. But yeah, I am a bit curious, with the items as well, because right off the game when it started, we saw so many clashes, because of which we couldn't actually analyze the items. So I would love to see the itemization from both sides of the teams here.
Whoa.
And yeah, we can definitely see that the highest goal in the team, it is going to be Insane with 9.2k goal. It makes sense because he's the jungler and he has been putting so much pressure on like Yagami. You can see that he has a lot of he has a lot of penetration. He has the malefic roar. He has the blade of haptices as well as the war axe. So a lot of penetration as well as sustain. But on the bot lane, we can see that insane. He's going in with the steel cable onto the Xbox, bursting down the Fraga armor, and there we go, a beautiful kill right off cam. Though that was pretty insane. Just from the mini map there, I saw that he was just spamming those cables.
Yep. That's what you do when you're insane. You do not keep track of what's going. But oh, for now though, they are going in heavily. The spear storm, and Fury being
Oh,
used.
Midnight
Knockup coming in
Fury!
from the Ice Wizard. 4-man knockup. Kenkai gets taken down. Now they're trying to lock down the
Insane!
pace. Insane comes in with the cable. So Weird gets taken down. Fangs will fall as well. Noah gets shredded down by the CC. And with that, the base wide open. Yama Esports secure the first game versus Light Cavalry.
Wow, that was really cool, man. That was a really good game. I'm just flabbergasted that my screen it totally went blank. So let me just try to bring it back up here. But yeah, there we go. I am back here. And Fredo, man, what was that game? That was such a fast-paced game for a game number one. Merely around almost 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes, and the game already ended. So, what do you feel about the first match, Fredo?
I think this is just the beginning of what's to come, I guess, because like this, the way Yama Esports were just playing, it definitely showed that they have a better experience and better synergy. Of course, like Cavill, like we both mentioned, we have not really heard of them before, but it's kind of evident as to why what Yama Esports, we do know a lot about them because they have been playing around the tournaments quite a lot, and the names that we see here are of course very familiar to us: Dark, Insane, even Viole. All these guys have been here in the tournament scene for a long time, and their experience is definitely coming in handy. Even though there were moments when we felt like the side of Light Cavalry definitely had a better draft because so much sustain in their hands. None of the members would have been easy to get taken down. But look at the way the side of Yama Sport just executed their lineup as well. They had a CC to shred them down. They had a Lunox which could burst them down as well. They had a Fanny as well, which could of course go in for those macro threats at the same time. You could go in for 1v1s if you're confident enough in your skills. And of course, we're talking about Insane here, who is definitely more than just confident on that Fanny. So yeah, it
Yeah,
was overall a very good execution, I would say, from the side of Yama Esports.
yeah, definitely. And yeah, as for the draft, I feel like the draft from both sides of the team was really good. None of them they didn't have any bad draft. But I do have to say that the Hilda was a little underperforming because when you're a Hilda, you have to put out that aggression, and we were lacking aggression from the Hilda, which created so much space for Yama Esport. Because if the Hilda she had pressured the jungle, she had pressured the goal lane, there would have been instances, where light cavalry they would have had a lot of advantage when it comes to the laning phases as well as the um, jungle. Because insane he is kind of weak against the Hilda. The Hilda, the passive mark of the Hilda actually reduces 3% of enemies hybrid defense just by one mark. So if you like have a full stack on a Fanny, you can easily burst her down with your mage as well. So yeah, there was definitely a lack of aggression from the side of light cavalry. But yeah, nonetheless, though, Fredo, we are going to talk about the MVP of the game. And man, I am quite surprised. It's not insane who's the MVP. It is going to be Dark on the Esmeralda here. We can see that Dark on the Esmeralda has 37% damage taken, quite a lot. 35% damage dealt and 60% team fight participation. Overall, I would say that is a really, really good ADA from Dark. He was definitely dealing a lot of damage with the Esmeralda as well as tanking. And yeah, the team fight participation does make sense because in every fight, Dark was always there to zone out the members from the side of Light Yagami. So a big kudos for Dark to secure the first MVP of the first game of the tonight's match.
Of course, man, Dark. Like honestly speaking, Dark definitely did play a very big role. But gotta give kudos to Ice Wizard as well because the reason why Dark was sustaining much more than he usually should is just because the Minotaur was always healing him up.
Yeah,
And that's the reason why he was able to go for 3v1s and 4v1s all alone. And even with that, the way he prioritized those items, he knew that they were dominating, so he did not really go for the Oracle first. He instead went for the Brute Force Breastplate, because the Brute Force Breastplate does provide you with a lot of damage as well. At the same
Yeah.
time, it gives you that crowd control reduction, so you're able to perform even better in situations where you might feel like you might get stuck with the crowd control of the enemies. So yeah, you already get that. I don't really know I can't really remember the exact term for it, but I think it's called immunity, crowd control immunity. But I guess there's a specific term for it, right? Can't really
It's
remember
called,
that.
yeah. I
Resilience,
think it's called
resilience.
resilience. Yeah,
Resilience,
resilience.
yeah. So you get a lot of resilience from the tough boots. At the same time, the brute force breastplate just gives you even more resilience. So
Yeah,
crowd control is not really going to be an issue. And after that, you go for the oracle. So yeah, it's going to help you sustain even better. Those heals coming in from the minotaur will increase it by itself. And the fact that there was always the flask of oasis as a clutch item in case you get stuck between those 4 or 5 members. So I mean, this was a very well planned built as well from the side of Dark. So yeah, I mean he does deserve the MVP, but gotta give credit to I guess the cow for providing you with the milk.
yeah. But yeah, we definitely have to check out the MVP highlights because Dark, you definitely deserve the spotlight. And we're just gonna go through and see through the MVP highlights. We can see here that Dark, he's wow, he's just zoning out the members from the side of Light Yagami, always there to take down the objective to help out his team and to just create so much zone and be the punching bag for the team. We can see here he's just being such a menace on the Xbox as well. And most of the time, Dark, he's opening up the map so much. He's providing so much vision for the team. And yeah, overall, he's just doing such a great job. And look at the Hilda over there. Oh my. This part, oh my god, insane with the steel cables. This is my favorite scene of the game. The way he melted the Hilda, yeah, that was definitely something.
Definitely something to be worth talking about. But yeah, in the end, just take a look at this region. This part is where you feel like Dark might be just going down because he was taking a lot of turret hits as well. But the healing coming in from the Minotaur just helps him sustain every single time when you feel like he's about to fall. And with that, the last fight where they went all in, Minnow and Fury, Despair, Storm, Falling Star Moon, even the Brilliance was popped off to try and deal damage. I mean, imagine a defense skill being used to attack, so you already know that they were going all in to try and end the game as soon as they could. But yeah,
Yeah,
with that,
definitely.
that's all about the highlights, I guess. We are going to jump into the second game very soon. Hopefully, Light Cavalry can learn from their mistakes and come back stronger and give us a good show. Because, of course, who doesn't want a game three, especially when you know that this game three could take you to the LAN event of the
Yeah.
Hornbill Esports Championship. And man, the good thing about this LAN event is it's not just going to be just playing a tournament, right? It's going to be the festival itself as well. And with
Indeed.
that, we're here to look at the game statistics. We can see it on our screens, the item builds and the gold, along with the KDA right now, this being displayed. And man, Insane did not really hesitate and went all in for that damage, right? Usually
Yeah.
we'll see people making the Queen's Wing, but man, take a look at this guy. He went for the BOD.
Yeah. Overall, I would see the itemization from the side of Yama Esport is very very good because they know what they were doing, and yeah, insane. He does love to go for full aggression when he's playing assassins. He loved to go for a full one shot Fanny as well. So this is what he was trying to do, and he definitely did. Even shredding a tank like a Hilda, a tank like a Hilda. So much sustain, so much heal. There's even shield that she gets from her first kill now. Despite all that, he still managed to burst her down. But yeah, talking about Dark, we can see that there's a lot of items on Dark as well. The Enchanted is one of the core items, I would say, for Esmeralda because of the mana consumption. But the Brute Force and that Dominance Ice, yeah, definitely made a huge difference because the Dominance Ice, right now, Fredo is one of my favorite items in the game. It is just the most broken tank item, I would say. You get 60% life drain, which is the anti heal. On top of that, you get 40 flat hybrid defense if enemies are
Wow.
around you. That 40 flat hybrid defense, it just makes you so much tanky.
Yeah, honestly, that is one of the best parts, man. I do not really, know about the fact that it was actually hybrid defense. I always thought it was just physical, but yeah, maybe the update, brought in something new. And of
Yeah.
course, these players from Yama Sports, they do study the game very well, and that's why we're seeing them use the items correctly, the right choices being made. These things are very minute details, but man, if you want to win a championship, if you want to go to the LAN event, you do want to give it your best and study in detail. Because of course, if you know everything, then the information can just come to you handy in moments like these where it really matters. And right now we can already see, even though they took down two turtles, and of course the side of Yama Esports, they happily gave it away. In the end, they took down the Lord, and the Lord was just enough for them to end the game. So yeah, I mean, just saying to those people who get tilted out there for turtles, turtles don't really decide the game, is the Lord. So yeah, you can get tilted on your jungler when they miss a Lord, but never get tilted when they miss a turtle, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can definitely catch up for the goal and EXP that you miss out on the turtle.
Yep.
But if you miss out the lot, there's just going to be so much pressure on you. You have to defend the lot. You have to defend side lanes. You have to pick off their MM. You have to pick off their mage. You have to pick off their main damage dealer. There's just so many decision making when you there that you have to do when the lord is marching down on your base, and you just have to watch out for the damage dealer, for the lanes, and yeah, overall everything. So yeah, the lot is a very very crucial objective in the game, so you have to always secure the lot. And man, uh, yeah, talking about getting tilted, my teammates, they always get tilted whenever they give me jungle, because I do have that rotary gap. So yeah, I always tell them beforehand, if you're giving me jungle, ain't my fault if I have rotary gap. So they're already aware that I have rotary gap, so they try to create as much space as possible whenever I'm jungling. But yeah, jokes aside, though, I feel like yeah, this game was definitely one heck of a game for game number one, because Yama Esport, they definitely put out their absolute best in this game. We did see there was little to no mistakes from the side of Yama Esport. They were just going full rage onto the first game itself, and they were not merciful, I would say. They were not giving light cavalry any kind of a breather. They were just looking for that victory straight up.
Exactly. They could have done it in one Lord, but it did take them two. And I know, they did not take down those gold feels, right? But
Yeah.
I do feel like, it was really possible for them to just try and crack that shield open before the Lord arrives, because there was already pressure of minions on that lane. The area where the enemy has the red buff, around that area, the minion pressure was already there. If they wanted, and if they could have, try to pressurize their lane instead of going for the mid lane tier two first, because I feel like, if you want to get value out of the first lord, the main objective is to go for that gold plating and try to burst it down. Even just 1 million, if it comes inside the range, that's more than enough. That your job is done. And after that, you can try your best to just go in with that first lord and crack open an inhibitor. But yeah, they didn't do that. But hopefully, even Yama Esports, it was not. I mean, they did execute better than the other side, but even then, there were definitely some slight mistakes that they could have done. I mean, some things that they could have done better actually. But I mean, talking about better, right now, aside of light cavalry, they have to do much much better than what they did last game if they have, if they want to believe in any chance of making it to the LAN event of the Hornbill Esports Championship. Like I said already, it's not just the esports event that you're going to be a part of. If you come, if you decide to go for the LAN event a few days early, it's like an early vacation, a ride, a adventure, you can say, to the Hornbill Festival. Because who doesn't want to have some fun time in the winter when the weather is so nice, in the hills?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Hornbill Festival is a festival that I've always wanted to attend. I've always watched a lot of vlogs and all, so it is a pretty fun event,
Yep.
and yeah, a lot of it attracts a lot of tourists as well. So yeah, this is a great chance for all the teams who are making it to the land to witness this event, and yeah, there will be cultural exchange as well. So that is really good. But yeah, leaving all that aside, Fredo, we are back into the draft. This is game number two of the best of three. And this time around, it is going to be light cavalry onto the first pick as well as the first ban. And it is going to be the team Yagami Esport who will be the one with the last pick. So yeah, this time around, light Yagami, you have to put in your 110% because you've already lost the first game. And if you mess up this time around, you're gonna get a clean sweep from Yama Esports. So you have to put a lot of pressure on Insane because I feel like the only way they're gonna win if they create the jungle gap because Insane his hero pool is just very very broad and you have to ban out a lot of heroes for Insane because I have witnessed in many tournaments whenever they're facing against Insane, they always target a lot of his heroes, and that actually does create a lot of pressure on him. So yeah, Yagami, yeah, you know, light cavalry, you do have to put pressure on Insane.
Oh,
The players. Oh my man, Fredo. What are we looking at here? The first pick from the side of light cavalry. They're going for the Lunox. I thought they would pick something which is going to be more meta because a lot of heroes were open, but they decided to go for the Lunox instead of the CC. And yeah, this gives a chance to Yama Esport to pick off the CC as well as the backshare. Oh my god, who is gonna play the backshare here? Is it Insane?
I think it could be Ice Wizard as well. It's a very, very good flex pick. Can be going into the roam, into the jungle. Sometimes we've even seen the Bakshia play in the EXP, right? So yeah, anything could
Yeah,
be
that is
happening.
the rare scenario.
It's a very flex pick. But yeah, the reason why I was laughing is because I thought you were getting confused about Yama Esports, and that's why you were saying Yagami. But you were saying Yagami because you were getting confused with Light Cavalry as Light Yagami.
Yeah,
That was kind of funny because that's the reason why I laughed out there. I was thinking, why is he saying Yagami? Is he saying Yagami because he's getting confused about Yama Esports? Because yeah, Yama, Yagami. But then I
kind of,
okay,
but
he's
it
talking
was
about
light.
Light Yagami. Okay, that was kind of funny there because I was thinking something, but you actually were thinking something else. So yeah. But oh, we're seeing a Chow come in here. That's going to be interesting. We have not really seen too many Chows, right, in this meta. And I
Not
think I
at
have not really
all.
seen Chow for a long time, bro. I mean, I don't even remember the last time I saw a Chow in tournament, right? It has not really been used too much because, of
Yeah,
course, one would not like to, blame the players. But man, I do feel like Indian players do not play a lot of Chows.
yeah, definitely. I mean, not even the tournament. I feel like I rarely even see any Cho in the meta because we never see any Cho in ranked drafts. So this
Yep.
is very refreshing to see the Cho, and I feel like the Cho is definitely gonna be played by our guy here, who's gonna be the roamer. It's I think it's the roamer from the
I
side of Yama Esport. It is
Ice Wizard.
Ice Wizard. Yeah. Oh no, that is actually from Light Cavalry. My bad. Sorry.
Oh.
Light Cavalry's roamer is Ice Wizard, and from the Yama Esport, their roamer, it is Fangs. But yeah,
No.
Pedro, talking about the Cho, though, how do you feel about how are you feeling with the Cho pick here? Because for me, I feel like the Cho, he's a pretty solid roamer because he's a pick off hero. He can definitely use the Wave the Dragon with the Flicker combo to easily pick off any squishy hero and just kick it towards your teammate for easy kill secure.
Yeah, but the main thing about the show is timing, right? You always have to wait for the right timing, but because
Mhm.
sometimes you go in with the Jit Kundo knockup, but you get caught instead. So yeah, you do not want to do that. You want to wait for the right timing to engage. At the same time, the pick-off potential of the Chow is definitely huge because man, the amount of flexibility his skill sets provide you, because all his skills are all mobility. It allows you to position yourself in such a way that you do not get caught by enemies. At the same time, you're able to deliver the right target to your teammates to pick off at the same time. Let's take a look at the second phase. We're seeing two roamers getting banned out here by Yama Esports. They have already dedicated 4 of their ban slots to the roam. And that means something for itself because, man, we've seen junglers getting targeted. We've seen goal laners getting targeted, but it's
Mhm.
rarely that you see a team just going all in for the roams.
Yeah. I mean, if we take a look at the draft here, we can see that yeah, there's definitely a lot of Rome heroes that has been picked off from these teams. We can see the Gatot, the High Loss, as well as these picks like Esmeralda, as well as yeah, these are like Romish heroes. Esme is definitely a flex, can be played a Rome, but that is a very rare scenario. But yeah, Yama Esport, they're going for the full Rome bans here. They're going for so many roamers, and they're just taking down all the tanky frontline. I feel like they're declining. Uh, this is a strategy because they have picked the Cho. It's definitely gonna be a Rome, so they do not want to deal with tanky front lines that can put pressure on them, because definitely original tanks can actually overwhelm the so-called Cho tanks. So yeah, taking away they're taking away the Cho, and not the Cho, I mean the Roams from the side of light cavalry. But yeah, we can see another Xbox pick from the side of light cavalry. They have the Granger, the Lunox, the Yuzong, and now they are going for the Akai. So I feel like this Akai, it is a prediction pick because they're anticipating another Fanny. So they don't have the last pick. They're just keeping the Akai, so they're secured. Even if they go for the Fanny, they've already picked the Akai, so it won't be a problem. This is definitely a prediction pick.
Yeah, it seemed like, this Akai, like I mentioned the last game, which could be
Yeah.
playing very well against the Fanny, just shows up this time around to try and make sure Insane does not try to play the Fanny once again. But I do also feel like, in this draft, the Chow could be going to the goal lane, because we know the Chow has been used into the goal lane because it's fighter meta, of course. And in the goal lane, when you see a fighter, I feel like the Chow is one of those heroes which can go 1v1 and hold his own ground, because he is, of course, a very strong hero in the 1v1s. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome you all back once again to the Hornbill Esports Championship Season 2. We are going to witness the showdown right now between Team Yama Esports and Light Cavalry. The one who wins this match will be able to go to the LAN event at the Hornbill Esports Championship in Nagaland. So, of course, these teams here are, of course, playing one of the finals, you can say. The one who wins this gets to go to the LAN event. Let's see who is it going to be tonight. Already, you know that Yama Esports are leading by 1 point, but Light Cavalry still have the chance to go to make it push the third game.
Yeah, they have the chance to make it a third game, but I feel like they have to really rely on the late game as well, because I do not see any early game hero that can carry them. But here on the bot lane, Dark already securing the first blood onto the Yuzong. That is gonna be the first blood onto the side of Light Yagami. I mean Yama Esport, and that is already a big pressure onto the EXP there. But yeah, we can see that here in Pain trying to trying to poke a bit, Noah with his link. But yeah, for now he's just gonna back off because he needs to go back to farming, and he will have to farm up really well and stack up the stacks of the retribution before the turtle fight, because we can see that the turtle is spawning in about 8 seconds here.
Yep. Let's see who makes their first move. The EXP laners do not have their level 4s yet. Mid laner will get it, and yeah, with that, Violi already has the Feathered Airstrike ready. They will be able to zone out the other members. But man, Dark is holding his own ground as well. They want to go in on Sukmanik. He wants to go in and tries to get that turtle again. Oh, it's Fangs who gets it this time around. And with that, they take the turtle, they take the fight. Insane gets taken down. Noah is the one who takes him. And Dark's still going in. And Sukmanik will be getting taken down as well. But now he's surrounded by 3 members. Dark left all alone. He uses the vengeance to try and take some time. But no, he will be getting taken down by Noah. The Chow went in for the backup, but man, it was too late for that.
That was definitely a bit of an overextension from Dark, because he did secure the kill, but that kill definitely cost him his life as well. So that was a bit of a trade-off from both sides. But yeah, Light Cavalry, they did get the bigger advantage from that from the fight, because they got 2 kills. An equalizer against Yama Esport here. They also got the turtle, which puts them in the lead. They have 9.5 They have 900 goal lead here actually, so that is pretty good for them. Almost a 1k goal lead, but yeah, we can see on the mid side here there is a little
Whoa!
bit of oh my, what happened on the bot there? Oh, I mean on the top lane, it is just Kenkai on the Granger who secured a kill on the Cho. I think it was definitely the Akai because I do not see the green light on the Akai, so I think that he must have pinned down the Cho onto the wall, and it was the Granger basically spamming the Rhapsody.
Yep, and with that, oh my god, Dragon could be in trouble here. He's forced to use the Black Dragon form to get away. But yeah, this goal lane chow is not really working in favor of Yama Esports at the moment. They have done some experiment with their draft in the second game, but oh my goodness, Dragon! Violet still going in
Dragon
aggressively, and with
Ball!
that, he gets a kill onto Zo Weird. Now the bottom lane is getting exposed, and they will be able to get a lot of gold out of that. At the same time, Turtle coming up. Do they want to go in? Do they want to go in for this Granger? Zitat here still taking hits from the Panda. But yeah, Insane still hovering around as well. Let's see who gets the retribution right this time. Both the jugglers actually missed out on the first turtle. So it will be interesting to see who gets it this time around. Insane still waiting in for the right moment. Last Insanity being popped up as well. And actually, it is actually Sugmatic who takes that turtle away. And Feather Strike coming in. Noah will take down Ice Wizard. That is the only member down right now. And Zitat is still taking a lot of hits. One more hit and he could have fallen, but Kenkai did not really have that energy anymore. But yo, that is something out there
Oh,
from
Dark.
Nomadic. Oh, Dark still wants to go in. It seems Fangs was almost getting taken down there as well. This is good synergy being shown here by Light Cavalry. It seems like this game is going to be really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the scales of the game, it's tilting through and fro. Sometime it's going to Yama Esport, and now it's back onto Light Cavalry. I feel like Zlad, he's really, really underperforming against the Granger, so it is a very wise choice that he decided to switch the lane and go off against the Yuzong. That was something he could have done earlier, right from the start, but nonetheless, though, yeah, late is better than never. So yeah, he did learn from his mistake, and yeah, this time around we can see on the bot lane it is gonna be Zlad being pressurized by the Black Dragon, by our guy so weird, but insane here. He's trying to rotate onto the top lane. He's going in. He's jumping on the walls, and there we go. Dark overextends way too much into the turret, but still somehow makes it out alive.
Yep. If I was the Akai, I would have already tried to punish them. But take a look at the way Yama Esports is playing. They are going in for those objectives. They take down the mid lane, the most important turret of the game. But right now, they need to defend the bottom side. Look at the top side, though. It's a 2v1. Granger. He might be getting taken down here. And yes, it will be Insane getting the kill onto the enemy goal laner. That was, of course, a 2v1. But yeah, right now, into the bottom side. Oh my god, Zitat trying his best. But once again, he gets pinned down to the wall and he will be getting taken down as well. Zo Weird going in with the Furious Dive. Does not find the connection onto Violet. And Violet will be able to survive that one. It seems Dark versus Noah. 1v1 at the top side. Chaos Assault is already there. So Dark will not like to overextend. But yeah, this turtle is the final turtle of the game. And Yama Esports will try to get their hands on this.
Yeah, they definitely have to get their hands on this because they have already missed the second turtle, two turtles actually. But yeah, the
Oh.
last Insanity coming in, and that is gonna
Oh.
be secured by Insane. Wow, the Tempest of Blade being popped here. Insane trying to go insane, but nonetheless, no one into the range of the Tempest of Blade, and that is gonna be, oh my god, a beautiful execution of fight here from Yama Esport. That was a beautiful fed airstrike, bursted down. Fangs enough for the team to secure the kill. And here, there goes the Yo-Yo Blitz and the beautiful curtain coil. Dark, what is that damage? What are you on? It seems like this guy is on steroids. He's some kind of narcotics with that insane damage on that Yo-Yo
Yep.
Blitz and the curtain coil, man. That was a really fast burst down from a CC that I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, and talking about items right now, as you can just see on the screen, two Sky Piercers, on the side of Light Cavalry. At the same time, they also have two War X's already built up. Insane already got his main item, which is the Berserker's Fury. And I mean, the CC man, he's just using the stacks of this brute force breastplate to shed
Oh
people
my
down
god,
just like that.
Dark!
The dragon almost getting taken down here.
And the
Insane
blade,
using the plates. He will get away as well. But the pin down
and
coming in
then
from the Sakai. Not really connecting though. But yeah, Adik wants to go in for
oh the
Ice
feather
Wizard. It
strike.
seems landing as well, but they do not find any connection onto any member. Everyone is still safe. But yo, that's it. That is two Sky Piercers, but not too many kills to show for all of that. Honestly, I feel like the Sky Piercer could be replaced for a better item. But look at Dark, man. He's still going in.
Dark!
And there
Oh,
comes
there we
the way
go.
of the dragon. Genkai gets taken down. Medic as well could fall here. Dark still trying to go in. He gets a double. He gets a triple, it seems. He is popping off the vengeance. He does not get a triple, but it will turn into a triple. But no, he will be the one getting shut down instead by Medic. And with that, Violi wants to go in. Noah could be the one falling
Oh,
instead. And
yo!
yes, it does. The feathered air strike landing on his
And to
head.
the blade.
Insane with the blaze. One more hit is all it takes to take down the dragon. He does not get the connection. But he is still 1 HP and he is still alive. Does Insane want to go in for the dragon? Oh,
Oh,
yes,
he
he
does.
does. And he gets that kill. But now the Granger is on him. And Insane will get taken down by Kenkai.
That was a bit greedy from Insane. He could have just let the dragon slide off, but it seems like he does not want to let the dragon slide off that easily. But yeah, he did secure the kill and he got taken down. He got punished for overextending. And talking about overextending, I do have to say that Dark, he's so aggressive on the CC. That man, he's just
Whoa.
diving way too deep. And yeah, there we go, Dark again with another kill secure. I feel like this time around, Dark might be the MVP of the game as well because he's dishing so much damage. He's dealing a lot of damage, sustaining so much, and at the same time, just zoning a lot of members from the side of Light Cavalry. I feel like this time around, the pressure is on back to the side of Light Cavalry because they are just unable to get any kind of breather. And like I said, earlier, that if they do not give it their all in this game, it's going to be a clean sweep. So they have to really, really change the tempo of the game. They have to bring the pace back onto their side, and that is going to be the first lot being secured by Yama Esport with 2.4k goal lead. So this is looking really good for the side of Yama Esport. But here again, Fredo, onto the bot lane, we can see Dark. He's just trying to poke down the HP from the Xborg, and yeah, he's trying to push the third as well. But it seems like for now, he's just not gonna overcommit, and he's just trying to cut the way for there as well.
Yep, and with that, this time around, once again, take a look at the top side. The minions have not really crashed into the inhibitor
Sword.
and taken down the turret plate, gold shield, or whatever you may call it. And oh my god, they did not even manage to secure this mid lane as well. Good defense coming in from light cavalry. Oh, they do let the minion enter, and now there is no shield. Will the side of Yama Esports commit onto the bottom side actually and take down Zoo Weird? The top side is still getting defended though. Noah wants to go in for Insane. It seems a lot of damage being done. Dark as well taking a lot of hits from this Lunox. They crash in with the Lord, but they do not go in for trying to take down the inhibitor. Now though, minions arriving bottom side, mid side, top lane as well. Light cavalry, will they defend this? Will they be able? Oh my god, Insane, what are you doing there? Chaos Assault coming in. He does not escape. He gets taken down by Kenkai. And Kenkai could get a double here. Dark could get shut down. He goes in with the vengeance. Dark trying his best. But no, he will fall into the hands of Fangs. That is Light Cavalry trying to make the mistakes count on the side of Yama Esports and trying to punish their enemies. But oh, Zoomweir, does he find a connection here? Ice Wizard taken down really low. Feather Airstrike popped off to zone them away. But with that, Light Cavalry have done the defense and they have punished Yama Esports with the members by shutting down their members. But oh, take a look at that. They're trying to go in for the mid lane.
They're trying to go for the mid lane and they do secure the mid lane. I feel like the overextension coming up from Insane and Dark was just way crazy because they were both inside the bases. And that is something which you do not want to do when you don't have any kind of hero that can take you out from that situation. For example, a Matilda, with the guiding wind. Even if you overextend that way, you can still somehow get out with the help of a support. But you have a Baxia. So you have to wait for the tank to initiate to take down, the damage from the side of light cavalry. But yeah, I feel like Yama Esport. I feel like they're playing up because the way they're playing, it's just so aggressive. It seems like they're just enjoying the game way too much, and they're just having a lot of fun as well. But yeah, we can see that the second lot of the game has spawned, and this is definitely going to be stronger compared to the previous one. And there's already three members from the side of light cavalry onto the lot securing it, and there is backup reinforcement coming up from the side of Yama Esport as well. But it seems like Insane, he's trying to cut the wave instead, trying to look for a backdoor somehow, but won't be able to. He won't be able to go for the back door this time
Oh,
around because there is insane defense. But look at Fangs. Oh my god.
Tark just melts him down with the yo-yo blitz, and Zitat though he's taking a lot of hits from this Lunox. Here comes the Black Dragon form as well coming in right now. Noah, oh my goodness, the immortality gets popped off. Noah will fall. Feather Air Strike coming in. So weird getting marked down by Ice Wizard. Dark still trying to chase people down, but the two members on the side of Light Cavalry have fell off. Now though, they're trying to make a comeback happen. Dark coming in with the yo-yo blitz, and the curtain call does not really find any member yet. But yo, that is some zoning out coming in from Dark as he will try and take the members away and create the zone for Yama Esports to get this Lord, the second Lord once again. And the second Lord could be the end of the game. Dark still going in,
Oh
3v1.
my god, Dark. This guy is just way too aggressive. Another curtain coil being popped, but it nonetheless not gonna secure any kills. I feel like Dark, he's just way too aggressive on the CC. And man, look at Dark. He's not even going for a dominance for the anti-heal. He is so aggressive that he's going for the Sea Halberd. Like, damn, bro. You need the dominance eyes so you can be more tanky in front of members from Light Cavalry. But yeah, it seems like he wants that damage instead.
Yep, of course, man. He wants to shed down those members. Oh, he finds the curtain call. That's a lot of damage being done. Ice Wizard coming to the scene as well. He wants to go all
Oh,
in.
Ice
But
Wizard, Ice
wait a
Wizard.
minute. Zitat getting locked down once again. Drag Dragon Bomb coming in as well. They want to go in for Viole. Light, Last Insanity getting popped off as well. But no, he does
Able
not
to
have the
back up.
immortality. Shut down, secured here by Insane. Lord marching down the top side. They are forced to defend with two members left. But Viole will get taken down here by Zoweird. But now Zoweird left alone 1v3. Gets shut it down by Dark. And take a look at the top side. The Lord is still crashing in the mid side, having that cannon minion left
Oh,
as
look at
well.
the
Coming in
flame.
with the Tempest Blades. Insane does not find the connection. The flicker saves Kenkai. But now he'll be getting
Dark,
chunked down here
Dark,
by Dark.
Dark.
Take a look at Kenkai. He's trying his best to survive. He gets a double kill, but he will be getting shut it down by Insane. And with that, all the inhibitors have been cracked open. Light Cavalry are forced to defend. But man, that was a lot of members, going down without ending the base, man. I think it was very, very possible for Yama Esports to end the game, but somehow they ended up not getting the base locked down, and instead they committed all their members.
Yeah, they definitely lost a lot of members. Look at Dark here. Oh my god, man, this Dark is insane. The way he's dishing out so much damage. He's chasing the Granger. Granger, such a mobile hero. Yet somehow he's still able to connect that yo-yo blitz and still in range of the Granger. It's just crazy to me. And man, I do have to say that Kenkai, he's being pressured a lot throughout the game. But yeah, definitely if he's given 10 more minutes, I feel like if Kenkai he gets 10 more minutes on the Granger, he's definitely gonna carry the game because he just needs the stack on the Capriccia. I feel like this time around his stacks are maybe around 6 or 700. If he gets 10 more minutes, he can definitely dish out a lot of damage and he will be the main carry for the side of Light
Wow.
Cavalry. But look at this! Look at the throw coming up from the side of Yama Esport. They're just losing the main members. Insane. They're insane. Oh my god, look at Ice Wizard.
Yeah, and they want to go in for more. Double kill comes up for Viole. Make it a triple. Turn it into Maniac, I would say. Finish things off in style. And with that, they take down the base before they get the Maniac. And Yama Esports have qualified for the Hornbill Esports Championship Season 2 LAN event.
Wow, that was a clean sweep. I am just getting goosebumps from the second game. The second game was actually so intense, Fredo, because the aggression from the side of Yama Esport was so much that I was definitely on the edge of my seat and I was getting goosebumps. Especially Insane and Dark. These two, man, I just have to say that these two are so aggressive. They're playing like assassins. Insane, of course, he's an assassin. He goes in and he's gonna be aggressive. But Dark is just on another level. That guy, he needs to take a chill pill because that guy, he does not even care about turrets. He does not even care about the base. He is just so bloodthirsty. He's just, going straight in for the Granger, and he's just so merciless. Man, the game. I feel like the big mistake that Light Cavalry did was giving away the CC to the side of Yama Esport. They had the first pick Fredo, but they
Ah,
chose to pick the
Lunox.
Lunox instead. They gave away the CC for the Lunox, and what did that do? Nothing. The Lunox couldn't even burst down the Baksha, neither the CC or uh, even Insane. I would say because they were just so much behind on the goal and the items that the Lunox was not able to dish out enough damage.
Yep. And honestly, I feel like that was a very, very bad way to draft, bad way to approach the draft because, man, I mean, if you think about it, they actually had the first pick. They did not go for the CC. We already saw the CC getting first picked, that's out of Yama Esports in the last game as well. This time around, they did not do that and they really struggled. They really suffered.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think they'll come back better next time. Like Cavalry, hope to see you soon in another tournament. But for
yeah,
now, we've already had our winners, the ones who are making it to the LAN event. It's going to be Yama Esports. And yeah, man, congratulations to Yama Esports on qualifying for the Hornbill Esports Championship LAN event, where 8 teams will be playing in the main event. And it's not just, like I always say, it's not just the Esports Championship, they're also enjoying the Hornbill Festival as well. So yeah, it was a very nice game overall. Both the games were definitely kind of neck to neck up until one of the side started snowballing, which was of course Yama
yeah,
Esports. But yeah, with that, I do hope they will be able to. The side of Light Cavalry will be able to learn a lot more lessons and come back stronger next time.
yeah. And
Two
yeah, the MVP of the game once again.
games.
It is Dark. I was already anticipating that this time around he will be the MVP. And there we go. He is definitely the MVP of the second game as well. His look at the way he's dishing out the damage. 43%. Man,
Yep.
I am a big fan of Dark from today. Man, the CC especially, that is just crazy. 43% damage on the CC single-handedly. That is something which we rarely see, but definitely makes sense that why the CC is one of the meta heroes in the current meta and why she is in the top prior ban, priority picks and the priority ban. It definitely makes sense to see this kind of a result from a CC. And yeah, I do have to compliment the play as well because it's not only about the hero, it's about the execution as well. And Dark, he executed the CC so well. Yeah, we can see that he has taken around 31% damage and yeah, 81% team fight participation. That is absolutely crazy. In the last game, he had 60%. Right now, he has 81%. That is a big step up.
And yeah, man, if you think about the KDA as well, I mean, take a look at the way he was also providing a lot of assist. Because 8 assists is no joke. I mean, you get those skills, that's okay. But he was also assisting at the same time. So that means he was not just trying to set up for his teammates as an EXP laner, he was also dishing out damage himself. He was giving away those assists, but at the same time, he was also taking down members all alone, trying to handle 2 to 3 people all alone at the same time. Oh, let's take a look at the MVP highlights. Of course, it is Mr. Dark once again. 2 games back to back MVPs.
Look at this,
And
Fredo. Oh, right off the early game, he is just so
yeah,
aggressive. Already securing the first blood. And yeah, look at the team fights as well. He is just dishing out so much damage. He is just such a big menace. Look at the third dive. This is what I was talking about earlier. This guy, he does not care about the turrets. He does not care about the base. He is just gonna dive you in your turret and kill you.
yep. That is what aggression is necessary if you want to dominate your enemy. And Dark just proved us right because take a look at that. He just picks up the War Axe in terms of like just 4 minutes. So that's like a very early lead because you get your first item and you kick things off. Everything starts rolling for you. And Viole was always there with those quick rotations to shut down the dragon. The dragon is, of course, the biggest threat, but man, Insane actually got retry gap twice, in this game
Yeah, that
because he
was
missed on two turtles where I do not feel like he was getting marked at all, but even then he missed out on the retribution. So yeah, I feel like Insane is definitely needs to get some work on his retribution skills right now.
yeah. Insane. He definitely has to step up the retribution because he got a gap a lot of times. Even in the first game, right? Two turtles were already gone from the hands of Yama Esport. They lost two turtles. And in the second game as well, they lost like two turtles. They merely got the third turtle, which was kind of crazy because I was already expecting that they wouldn't get their hands on it. But yeah, he definitely popped the Tempest of Blade, and he used the Retribution, which is how you want to secure the turtle. But earlier to that, he didn't actually do it. So they did lose a lot of turtle. But overall, Fredo, we can see the statistics of the game. We can see the itemization. We can see the KDA. We can see everything overall of the players here. Wow.
I think
Look
it was
at Dark.
pretty similar, pretty similar like the last game. I think nothing
Definitely.
actually changed for the side of light cavalry. They did play just like they played in the last game. They did try their best, but the best is still not enough. They have to give more time and, of course, try to come back harder and stronger. They have to think about, learn more coordination and, of course,
Fredo.
uh
I am just wondering, like, what is a Demon Hunter Sword doing on a Lunox?
oh, I'm not really sure about that as well, man. I mean,
Man,
uh,
what is Noah doing? Like a Demon Hunter Sword on a Lunox? Come on, brother. That is absolutely insane. I feel like
oh,
he didn't actually go for the Demon Hunter Sword early in the game. I feel like when he was defending the base, remember a lot of minions were
yeah, yeah,
marching
yeah.
down onto the base. So I feel like he was trying to go for extra attack speed to defend the base. So that might be the scenario, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I feel like uh, can't really remember, but yeah, I think the feather of something I forgot that,
Yeah,
but yeah, yeah, the feather of heaven could have worked better. I feel like in this scenario, even the golden staff was kind of okay, but yeah, whatever that may be, the mystery will remain as we're not gonna see Noah anymore. No, but yeah, it's the last game, and we already have our results. Insane once again, not really for not really holding back, going for that all damage build. Zatat, on the other hand, he did try his best with the jaw. I mean, there's nothing really much that he could do.
I think
But
they keep calling
man,
him Zitan or Zitan, but his name is actually Zlat, right?
oh
Okay. Okay. It seems like there was a little bit of a mistake. It wasn't Noah actually who bought the Demon Hunter Sword. It wasn't a Demon Hunter Sword on the Lunox. It is our mistake where we sincerely apologize. It was a little bit of a glitch from our end, which caused a little bit of a jumble in the itemization. So we sincerely apologize for that. And yeah, chat, do not eat up Noah for that Demon Hunter Sword. He did not buy it, okay? It was our mistake.
but yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the game statistics now. Take a look at the way Dark just topping off the damage leaderboard, and not by like a few thousands, right? That's
Yeah.
tens and thousands of difference. The next most damage dealt is by Viole, but that does not even come close because Dark is sitting way up ahead at 1,19,000, and that is it. And on the other hand, Viole is on 64K, so that's almost a 80K difference if you count in. So man, that's a huge amount of damage that Dark was dealing. At the same time, on the enemy side, nobody even comes close because nobody even touched the 70k mark. Even the most damage dealt on the other side was by the Granger, but that's a 67k damage. So
Yeah.
man, it's just insane as to how much damage did Dark deal in this match. He was almost solo carrying, you can say.
Yeah, definitely. As I was saying, right, even when the game was on, like Dark, he's definitely gonna be the MVP. And yeah, that guy, he is just so aggressive. And yeah, that yo-yo blitz, I would say, when he was going up against Noah, he melted Noah so fast. That was like merely in 2 seconds. He just popped the curtain coil, the yo-yo blitz, and it just went like a machine gun. And yeah, Noah was out of existence.
Yeah, he knew that the Noah was the main guy who could defend the base because, of course, he was the Granger who was getting stacked up. And, of course, the Lunox as well was definitely trying their best to defend. So he went right in for the backliners, took them down, helped his teammates secure the base. And that's how they got ahead to win the victory. And with that, we've come to the end of the first game tonight. We also have another game coming up very shortly. So do not go anywhere. Stay tuned on Nagaland Esports Association. And do not forget to subscribe if you do not want to miss out on more live streams which will be coming up for the other games on the Hornbill Esports Championship Season 2.
Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story with our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology. Every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors. Precision, permanent perfection. Visit our website and Instagram to see how precision meets emotion in every engraved stone. Nagaland Doors. We turn stone into story. With our tombstone CNC and laser engraving technology, every name, every detail, and every design is crafted with unmatched precision. Our advanced systems bring artistry and technology together, ensuring flawless depth, clarity, and finish on every granite surface. From fine lettering to lifelike portrait, each engraving reflects lasting beauty and respect. Nagaland Doors.
Well, hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hornbill Esports Championship. This is the round of 16, and we are already into day 2. And this will be me, Sarah, on the casting desk alongside Debbie. So, Debbie, would you like to introduce the teams to us tonight?
Oh my God, it's interesting to see that so many teams have been popping up for a long, long while, and I think it's going to be important that these teams will be able to play so early on here, so that they'll be able to get the qualifying stage right now. So we will see how they'll be able to get their chances here and the starts here, because they both are a really, really different teams that we haven't seen so far for a long, long while. So yeah, will be it will be very interesting to see how they'll be able to perform here as well, because as we can see into the first game also, it was actually a sweep that we have witnessed. So best of 3 series is very one of the most important stuff that we have seen so far, so I hope they'll be able to do it well in this one too.
Yep, agreeing with you there. And while that's going on, we'll give a shout out to our very special sponsors for this event, Naga Beans, which is a Korean cafe in Kohima. Nagaland Doors is a Nagaland based brand specializing in custom made doors, interior solutions, and architectural products. And of course, the very important and the very major, the tournament is being organized by Isan, the Esports Association of Nagaland and the Department of Youth Resources and Sports from the government of Nagaland. So, of course, we are grateful to them for organizing this event. And honestly, the second game of the day, I believe it is going to be as exciting as the first one. In the first game, we did see Yama Esports go to the land phase with a 2-0 clean sweep. Cup, despite missing his retributions, as always, I would like to add, he
As
did
always.
make it. He did make it pretty well, and even Dark and Violet definitely backed him up there and stood up for him wherever it was required. And Yama Esports made it to the top 8. And for the second match right here, we will see two underdog teams, and they will definitely, Tempest for
Mm.
Family and Mutants, both of them, they'll definitely be trying to give it their very best because whoever wins gets to go to the LAN.
That's right. And the LAN is one of the most important factor for this tournament so far because, of course, you want to play into the LAN and have a dead offline state too. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of exposure too. And yeah, like you mentioned, this is one of their most important matches so far. And I think this is their only chance, right? This is the qualifying round. And if they are able to perform well here, I think this is gonna be one of the best prime that we have seen so far. And to be honest, I feel like they have to be some of the underdog teams here because Tempest for Family or Mutants, we haven't been seeing their names popped up so far because of course we have to face it. India have a lot of good squads that have been appearing, but Hornbill is a very very different scene because to be honest, we would like to see some teams performing well and have the chances to reach this far, but we don't. We are seeing different underdog teams, and I would like to see them more. And I wish all the best for both of these two teams so that they'll be able to qualify for the next round. So let's see how they'll be able to draft because drafting is one of the most important part of the game.
Absolutely, well said right there. And starting off with the draft already, we can see the Lancelot getting taken out immediately by Tempest for Family. They don't want any
Hmm.
Xing issues into their team fights. While meanwhile, Mutants, I do believe they would be going in for the standard meta bans, the Grok possibly, even the Yisun Shin or the Juk Shin, or judging from the recent patch changes, the Khalid, the Hilda, even they
Oh
could be
yeah.
taken out pretty easily.
That's what I think. Those are the valid choices to be banned for as well. And with the like you mentioned, the change into that patch, it kind of give way for the Minotaur to be picked up. It's not really banned yet, but it has been picked, and I would love that the Minotaur can play into this tournament as well because it's a very very valuable hero this time around. But these two teams are going to be sticking to the normal meta because the ban of the Dejushin, like you mentioned, is always going to be out there as well as the Kalea too. And Kimi, I think Kimi is one of the most important mates so far because of the amount of flexibility that she provides into the bot lane, right? Because if you get a Kimi into the mid lane, you can flex as a fighter into the core. So Tempest for our family, they have to bend away the Elise as well. Not shocking to be honest. Elise is a menace into the XP lane this time around.
True, and honestly, even the bans from the side of mutants, the Grok, the Kalia, the Juxin, we did talk about it, and immediately they get taken out. But okay, that's going to be a very early Hayabusa pick, I would say. I mean, I do
Ah.
believe the teams are confident enough about that pick that they want to flex it into the jungle so early on. But then
Mhm.
again, this would still give Team Mutants the ability to pick up Garakhacha Rome immediately
Oh.
and the Eve on towards the mid lane. The Eve, though, I feel it was a little bit unnecessary. They could still
Yeah.
have gone in for a Lapu or a Arlot on towards their EXP. The Lapu could be flexed into any lane. Even the Alice was still open. And as we mentioned it, Lapu gets picked up along with the
Mhm.
Farsa. Counter a high ranged ultimate with another high ranged ultimate. It's going to be the Feather Airstrike against the real world manipulation. So, of course, pretty
Mhm.
interesting things there. And mutants here, they can still counter this out. They can pick up on the Uranus or the Esmeralda for their EXP, but instead
Mhm.
they decide to go in for the Black Dragon. Like, it's like they'll counter a bird with a dragon. So, yeah, good
Yeah.
choice right there.
I mean, they already have a Eve, which is going to be very, very vulnerable. And I'm also a little skeptical about the first pick onto the Eve because, yeah, we already have a direct counter for the Eve, right? the Hayabusa is onto a. I mean, the Eve onto a Hayabusa is already a bad mission here, and then it comes down to the Lapu Lapu and the Farsa too. That's why it's very, very, crucial that you want to know what the opponent's draft is going to be looking like, and before you pick out a very situational hero. But nevertheless, this is gonna be a very good dragon pick here so far. I would like an Esmeralda instead, to be honest. But the thing about the dragon is, I think they want this dragon to have a winning side and get to have the better rotation and have a very, very good counter against the Farsa as well. But yeah, still they have to ban away the frontliners that can potentially come into the hands of Tempest for family. Mutants have to remove the Hylos and the CC also gone. Well, what else can they pick here though? I mean, ban.
Yep, honestly, they did ban out the ESMA. Like we were mentioning, like the ESMA here is something which is going to work for both the teams. Like she can lane
Mm-hmm.
against the Lapus, she also works against Eve. So Newtons just took her off the board, and possibly they are looking for a marksman on for their goal lane. They could go in for a Lunox as well, of course, but how much
Mm-hmm.
magic damage do you really want? You can just go in for a solid marksman. The Nathan works out, the Claude works out. Like honestly, those are just options. On for the side of Tempest for family, though, they do need to ban out on the Baxia or Fredrin, honestly, because otherwise the Hayabusa would have a bit of a tougher time on towards the jungle
Mm-hmm.
while securing the objectives. So, of course, that is a possible choice for them right here, and they seem to be taking their sweet time deciding
Mm-hmm.
what they want to take out. And if we do talk about the picks, Team Mutants will have the first pick opportunity on towards the second phase, and they could definitely just lock in on the Alot while flexing the Yuzhong on for the gold if they want to go in for a ranged jungler.
Yeah, that could have been pressuring a lot of kill pressure and a lot of objective wins. But then again, the Suyo for mutants, I don't know how I feel about the Suyo against a Farsha because to be honest, the Suyo is really, really weak against the magic damage dealers here. And yeah, still, it's a very neutral jungling potential. But oh man, Hayabusa have much more favorable item, I mean damage in comparison to the Suya. But talking about the Natan, we have wanted the Natan into the hands of mutants, right? But Tempest or family, they are the one picking it up. Very, very high scaling hero as expensive as well. But the Khalid, he kind of made it up to the Natan pick that they have so far because he's gonna be able to provide a lot of momentum for the team, and they are sticking to the old meta, the normal meta that we are used to instead of going for the fighters into the gold because this is a lot of damage already for Tempest for family.
And with that, we can see the two drafts completed. Team Mutants going in for a very comfort focused draft with the Suyo and the Granger picks coming in right there. Most probably something they're just so very used to, and spamming that draft does work out for them. Meanwhile, Tempest for family, they definitely have the Khalid and the Far Sound for their mid lane rotation. That's gonna be a very fast river clear for that team. And Nathan as well, of course, a very scaling marksman, same as Ranger, however, does have the better late game scaling in terms of, the damage potential that he can possibly dish out.
Definitely, and this is going to be a micro level that we have to focus on as well. But the thing about the lineups coming from Tempest for family, they will be able to get to the late game without any problem because they have the Khalid to provide for the vision or even the early game pressure that they definitely need. But then mutants, they have the dragon that can disrupt all the backgrounds most of the time, and that's going to be coming into their favor because Takumi right now he's on the picker, he's on the purifier.
Of course, with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of Dawn. Two amazing teams gonna be fighting it out for a spot into the top 8, and who will be proceeding towards the land phase into the Hornbill Festival in Nagaland. So of course they are gonna give it their very best. Both the teams gonna start out with a little bit of a standard skirmish and rotation. The sword surge gonna be missed out right there by Suyo, but however the neutral objective will be secured by Tempest of Family, and the early aggression onto that Suyo, the magic damage and the first blood immediately secured by the side of T4F and Newtons with that early deficit.
Yeah, Oh man, this is a dream start that you can do for Tempest for family right now. And the first step as the Kali combination is definitely going to be deadly because they have the range, they have the control. So now that they went out into the mix very early on, even taking a kill onto the jungle, that's definitely going to be something that they can capitalize on. But right now, hello.
Oops. And I guess the Khalid was a little too deep, a little bit over aggressive right there. However, that kind of damage in the early game, though, from a Granger is a little bit unexpected. Like, it's possibly because he
Yeah.
hit all the shots of the Rhapsody onto the Khalid, and that kind of worked out for him. And here, Lapa
Ooh.
forced to flicker out pretty early before the turtle. And honestly, that I believe is a major disadvantage at the turtle, especially since the Yuzhong is at a level 4 and Khalid's still clearing his lanes.
It should have been a well, a good turtle for mutants because of that definite miss onto this figure. But I think that Ty was able to be taken down again. Never mind, look at that.
And there we go, the Khalid charging on towards the backline, zoning out Juski far away, but he's got to flicker out the Black Dragon form and the Petrify and the Furious dive in. It comes in on point, but Silas will get the passive at the last moment, will save himself, but Suyo finds the retribution immediately and they are gonna have to back off. But Takumi Usui right there at the very early rotation will help his team secure a kill into the favor despite Team Mutant securing that turtle.
Yeah, that's gonna be another trade through, but damage.
Definitely, and the Cold Shadow kill did land the final shot onto the Granger despite the flicker, and even the RWM got used up in that attempt. Just a little waste of resources here and there, but the better off of the trades is on the hands of Tempest for family.
Yeah, they have 4 kills across the board already, and this is because of the constant amount of ganks coming through from Veldana onto this Khalid, and this is actually in favor for Tempest for our family because now they'll be able to capitalize onto this early game lead that they have. But the fact that mutants were able to secure to this hurdle, it kind of neutered down their amount of goal lead. So this is a comebackable goal steal, not even 1k, so it's still going to be an okay one. Unfortunately, I think if you have a little bit of a goal into your hands right now, but Type, I feel like this time around, you should be really careful. Bot lane though, oh my god, a little bit of consequences.
Hayabusa gonna be caught out pretty low, but the taunt as well as the stun coming in from X-Skull takes down Zuski into that attempt. Veldana though, taking a lot of damage right there. Even the Black Dragon is here for the backup. And there we go, the Blade Surge coming in from Suyo into the backline. Evil Quella will find Veldanava as well as X-Skull gets taken down by Joji right there. Amazing little rotation coming in. The good micro from the hands of the Black Dragon with that quick little rotation.
Yeah, that was so worth it for them as well. Mutant able to capitalize on what they have lost. The compensation was still out there, and Type, I think this time around he'll be able to make up for the losses that we have if they are able to secure this turtle. So the goal is definitely already almost equal, but Veldana finds some more here. The ton is still available.
Definitely, and Type once more will be able to secure the turtle, but the entropy is gonna be enough to deal some damage. AOG being used up defensively, Skull dealing a lot of damage to Yves right there. He's gotta back off, Yusuke flickers out. It does not have the ultimate on the hands of Hayabusa, so he's gonna make it out alive.
Early and great rotation coming through from the side of these XP laners, definitely on point. Josie especially, he can get the highlights here right now because the zone potential that he have been doing and the ability to chase the opponents away was perfectly on time. But right now I feel like his blood might be on the line, but then again, Tempest of family, they do not really want to do that anytime soon. It's going to be a little bit of a death lane right now because they are slowing down after the opposite case here. Never mind, bot lane.
And there we go, Hayabusa just securing the kill onto Yatogami right away. Like, it's a Granger, and his mobility is so very limited on towards the early game, and especially when not in a team fight situation, you don't get enough hits of the Rhapsody to reset your dash skills. Of course, he got taken down almost instantaneously. He did have the flicker onto him, but Like, what can you do? Oh, okay. Sandstorm
okay.
coming in, but okay. Just a quick little skirmish on towards the mid lane while Type here tries to secure a neutral objective onto that turret. However, will have to back off because he's able to back up. Does get the first kill onto him, but will. Oh, but.
What?
Wow.
Early rotation. That was a great read into from Mutants able to try to chase out if they're gonna go die, but with they go.
Okay, just the Petrify getting used up onto a roamer. A bit of a questionable, definitely questionable thing right there from Joji. However, the turtle is coming up. Why would you waste your Petrify? I believe you just expected the Granger to back him up. However, that didn't work out for them. And here we go, the taunt onto Excaldo. He's gonna run it off, but he can't. Hello will definitely get a killing spree. But the Yatogami here getting absolutely molested from the hands of Tempest for Family. And even the AOG will land onto Hotcha, but he's gonna make it out alive. He did have the shadows onto him. However, now the mid lane tier 1 gonna be falling into the hands of Team Mutants, who seem to be slowly, however steadily, coming right back into this game.
Yeah, the net is definitely in the favor of right now. They are enabled. Oh my goodness, hard!
Oh, he is gonna get taken down. He managed to escape the entropy at the very last moment, and now Lo will be the one who gets taken down instead. Good backup coming in from his team right there.
Yeah, that was a good call that they were able to read perfectly on time right there. But yeah, it was this third fight right here was perfectly on point, but then again, it was so messy and chaotic that you will never know who will be able to get it. But tip Type, I think this set around is going to be winning out with the Suyo here. That's going to be a one advantage right now with Lane and Zuski here taken down instantly.
Oh, another Petrify comes in, but Sui will make it out alive with the flicker, and Joji is gonna get busted down instantaneously. Team Mutants looking pretty strong here if they manage to keep getting, it's Team Tempest was looking stronger, and they are doing pretty well though, and if they keep getting those pickoffs, it's gonna work out for them pretty well.
Yeah, you know, the fact that the Tip was able to be ahead onto the levels, but then again, never mind, very fighter.
And we can see the Type in a bit of a danger, but he's got enough mobility to escape. That is the bravest fighter after all. Limited range. So it's fine for now. Like, it's not the late game yet. They do have the Nathan, and Hello seems to be oddly addicted to Sui here. Okay. And he just used up the ALG this time around, learning from his previous mistake to not give away his life right there.
Yeah, one Shredder is already burnt down Tempest Family. They can try to engage.
And the real woman and the bravest fighter into the back line. Wow. There we go. A 3-man stun. Also, you will find Joji in the middle of everything. And the Khalif will be taken down though, so it's a 1-for-1 trade that's pretty fair right now. But it's an EXP laner for a roamer, so definitely Temple Family got the better of that. But now the Hayabusa with the cold shadow kill. Is he gonna get something though? He doesn't have the shadows. Is he gonna get taken down? His low, the taunt that comes in, and another bravest fighter into the back line. Dusky manages to sidestep it, but Usumi will find a low, and they are gonna back it off. A 2-for-2 trade from that team fight.
Yeah, I don't know who's in favor for this right now, but it's definitely was worse watching the team fights that are happening around. But still, the Emperor Family, they are gonna be able to have the control onto the map. But Black Dragon, though, I think he wanted to defend out the mid lane.
I mean, it was 1 million and they had the Granger this time, so not necessarily.
Yeah, I feel like that was one resource already burned and the Lord is still up and standing. So I think Mutants, I feel like they are gonna have to be chilling down just a little bit. And you know, and Joji not pop up the Black Dragon ever so instantly because it is a very long cooldown ultimate and it's gonna be needing AOD.
And definitely another bravest fighter lands onto Hello. Mega kill from Usui right there. And into the backline, the hotshot gets petrified, but he is gonna make it out alive. While Excel will be finding a kill onto Hello. Free Lord, mostly 90% of Free Lord for the side of Tempest for Family, despite the goal lead being just 100 to 200 goals in favor of Mutants. Team Tempest for Family isn't backing off. They are getting the kill. They did get the objectives as well, and all they need going to take down right now are the turrets.
Yeah, the turrets and Josie's key taken very low. This is the problem with the Eve against the Foresta and the Eve basket because you're gonna be outranged most of the time, and even if you all together, of course the Foresta will be having the greatest time trying to focus on you as well. But Hotshot right now, really got the damage. Shadow.
Definitely the quad shadow kill, but
Whoa!
overextension and the taunt at the perfectly right moment coming in from Hello. Just gonna take down Hotshot right there, which means they will have a very successful defense with this Lord. Even the Holy Blessings are gonna be up. Just the exterior turret's gonna get taken down. Now that airstrike though dealing quite a lot of damage already. The AOG getting used up onto the mid lane. Unnecessary, I feel. Bit of a miscommunication on from the side of Tempest of Mutants. So they will have to look into it, I believe.
But the fact that the holy blessing could have been used on if the dragon Josie was able to hold onto the law into the side could have been avoided, but still they were losing onto this holy blessing right now, so it's still all in the side of 10 pace right there, and they'll be able to capitalize on that, take out onto the goal. Do not let any minions near them because they know that Yatogami with 2 kills already onto his hands will still be a minute if he's able to get all the captain's heroes that can have the great unlimited amount of rhapsodies also into his hands, so they cannot really let go of that, so they have to be careful right now. But hey,
Oh, the Outblaze coming in from the side of Mutants is insane right now, and even the bravest fighter onto the back line. Oh, Yatogami in a bit of danger, but here we can see Hello marking down. The AOG comes in. Valdanava will get taken down. Entropy is gonna be enough to save Nathan this time. Nope, not anymore. Silas in danger as well. Hello, marking him down. Hello says hello to Silas right there, and Tempest for family is looking for a bit more. Silas trying to mark down Zuski. He has the ability to get back off, and he has to run. Silas has the damage, flickers out of the situation, but the type will find Silas instantly. And of course, 4 members, 4-for-1 trade coming in that team fight. Is this the beginning of what we call a comeback?
yeah, definitely look like one. Are all into the lead like Tempest for family have been. You do not want to trade out any of your life for just 1 kill. That is saying something because they were able to trade out 3 kills for their 1. Even though it was the Fugami, it's still worth it for the time being sense. Right now they are able to come back and equalize into the goal here, and this time around they know that they have to protect Yatogami at all costs. They have never mind, engage.
Already? I like it's so weird right now. Usui will back off into the team fight. Yatogami though will make it out alive. 2-0. 2 damage dealers out. 1 left, but he's low. Team Mutants can just go in for the Lord without having to worry about that burst damage coming in, because it's a Hayabusa. The max you can do is try to shadow in and steal, but in a 5v3, that is not going to be the decision from the side of Tempest for family.
And that was actually questionable play coming from Usui as well, because he had the entropy to survive, but he did ram into the other way. That wasn't what you want to do because all the focus was onto him too. And Skull, that was a very, very bad positioning to go for. I mean, you do have the wings by wings, but you do not have the Purify to get away from the AOZ and to that timing. But a great engaged Mutants. I thought that they will not, it will be hard for them to come back, but the amount of attacks that Togami already have, I think they might eventually be able to do that. Never mind. My goodness.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Because 1 RWM, 2 Rhapsodies, and Usui gets burnt out. And there we go, the Sandstorm once more coming into the lead. Valdanava trying to look for its setup, will not find Yatogami though, but the ALG won't find any, but Toji in the back line, the Black Dragon, the passive is gonna take down Skull, the Lord charging down the mid lane. This should be a clean end for the side of Mutants. They're gonna lock into the base instantly. Team Mutants are gonna come back into the first match.
Oh my goodness. 1 fight was all it takes for Team Mutants to come back to. Who would have thought that the amount of goal lead that they have been accumulated by Tempest or family could have been, recovered, but good play Mutants able to get a hold onto the damages and keeping Yatogami alive even in weak situations that they were in. and the pickoff onto Skull and the pickoff onto Usui has to be the green light for them. The Lord was out there available, and I feel like Tempest, they overstayed a little bit into their time. We know that they had the control onto the map, but they had the control onto the buses. The pressure was already onto their hands, but the distance that they were in with mutants weren't that far behind, and I think Skull miscalculated just a little bit of the power of the amount of damages that mutants already have. And yeah, Skull, that was a weird position to be in, to be honest, because all SFRs
Yep.
are, yeah, very, very squishy, man. You cannot really do that. And I think it was also a mistake coming through from Yusui, you know. He could have survived just a little bit with the entropy because he could have gone
Yeah.
into the other side. But
I think it
nevertheless, a
was one
good
of those
comeback.
panic moments, you know? It was one of
Oh,
those
yeah,
panic
yeah.
moments. You just tap the ultimate trying to get it to the backside, but it just goes into the team fight instead. So yeah, unfortunate situation right then. Even the Hayabusa, two times. One, a taunt from the Garukacha, and he got taunted right under the turret, and second
Yeah,
engage, the petrified from the Yuzhong. He tried to mark down the right targets, but the timing from the hands of mutants frontliners was just way too accurate at that moment, and he couldn't shadow back. So I guess those
yeah,
little micros does make a
yeah,
difference after all. Like it's a whole comeback. You kill two, you get the Lord, you again kill the same two, and then you charge with the Lord into the base, and it's over.
yep. All they had to do was remove the Natan from the picture, and yeah, I mean that Isui was like, yeah, just take me down and get the Lord. That was exactly what we have seen right there, and a perfect move coming through from mutants as well, I would say, because they were quite good in holding off for a long, long while. Because we would have thought that it could have been an end with the Lord that have been taken down by Tempest for family, and they were able to hold it on for a long, long time, and the amount of spacing that they have for the backlines also was on point. And Josie, I feel like he had some premature Black Dragons, but when he was about to go in all in, he goes all in on 3-2 members.
Yeah.
And I feel like that also has to be commendable. He had his moment, and that moment actually very well paid off.
True, and yeah, I do think that the dragon, as well as the Garatkacha, they did go for some, you know, whimsical engages with the AOG and the Black Dragon. But what do we say? It's hello on that tank for the
Hello.
MVP of this game. Definitely a lot of teamfight participation right there with the 94%,
Yeah.
and nearly 40% damage taken too, and 24% damage dealt. That's like oftentimes 24% damage dealt is more than what a marksman deals. Someone like
Yeah.
me, possibly. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah,
But however, amazing work right there. He did manage to find the Nathan every single time.
Mhm.
Definitely a very big irritation for that squishy little damage dealer to have such a big man in front of you and you aren't able to do anything. Just sad, man.
You know, honestly, with the draft coming through, mutants, you have thought that it was gonna be a very, very hard game. But then again, I think this guy made it work. I feel like he's also deserving of this MVP as well. Not because of the game stat, but because of the amount of time he caught onto the backliners, the best backliners that you're gonna be getting. He caught onto Skull, he caught onto Natan, I mean, Usui, that was onto the perfect moments as well, and that is one of the the best reason why he could be getting the MVP too. Because into the fights right now, a little bit of the highlights that we can see here, the Lord fight is so chaotic, it's so messy, but Type able to be consistent onto the distribution too. And yeah, they traded out with a little bit of the life, but yeah, it's still worth it for them because all over the map, if you can see, there's always the Gato Kata presence. He's just hanging over here and there. Hello is the name, by the way, and of course, providing a lot of frontline for his team too.
Yeah, just like look at him. Like he is just so there, like so present. He makes
Hmm.
his presence known, and it's not like usually what roamers do. Most of them they're just gonna stay down in the bushes and look for the taunts.
Yeah,
But this man, he goes face front. He still gets the taunts and helps his team gather around the kills.
yep, exactly. This is why it was very important. The fact that the needs a frontliner, and the fact that Hello plays it just like that, it's just a good synergy coming through for them as well. And at one point of the time, the fights were so chaotic and so messy. The it just comes down to how much you were able to sustain. And I feel like Hello was already fed enough to sustain all the damage coming through from the Natan and give it back with the passive too. And that also must be the reason why he was able to get 24% amount of damage dealt too. And I think he was over the places too. And able to catch all of the important members was one of the top priority here for him as well. And yeah, being that monster tanker that we usually want on a team when you have a Granger, he played the part very, very goodly.
Yep, and that was a smooth little game one for the side of mutants, I would say. They did face a few hiccups here and there with the dragon engaged alone, and then the AOG was used up pretty too early. However, they definitely came. They did get the shutdowns where necessary. They marked down the right targets onto his the last few fights, and just did not fall prey to the bravest fighter's stuns, no matter how many
Yeah.
times it did land on them. So, of course, in end of the day, it was Yatogami with the better positioning of the two marksmen onto the goal lane, and even the
Mhm.
Yves Zuski did manage to get his positioning right on point while casting the RWM as compared to the Farsa during her feathered airstrike. So, of course, the Team Mutants did get the upper hand on the team fights, and even, of course, we did talk about why the MVP went to Hello. His AOGs just always in front of Nathan and Farsa. Forced Hayabusa to back off after a while.
Mhm. That's a very, very good forced error coming through from Hello most of the time and again. And I would like to say that, and as a Neve, you they basically have a three good hero for them to dive onto him. And I like that you mentioned on the positioning coming through from that Eve also. He was able to position himself so well because, most of the time if you see a Hayabusa against an immobile hero like the Eve, he's definitely going to be able to take them down most of the time. And of course, the first side is there with the outrange and the Lapu Lapu as well. But this game, I think this time around, the Lapu Lapu was made completely non useless. It's like even though he was able to get the zone on three members most of the time, the amount of damage coming through from Josie onto this Yu Jong was already too much pressure to handle for the back lines. And one of the XPs were doing a really good job too. But the fact that they were able to capitalize on one and not for the other, that kind of makes sense. The biggest of the biggest sense here. Looking at the bills coming through from wait. What is this bill I'm seeing? There has to be some mistake, right? There's no way SU will be able to bring out the Starlim Cypher.
It's just a little bit of technical glitches. We're just gonna ignore it. It's fine. It happens.
Let's see.
But however, though, if we do talk about the items, both Eve as well as Granger have the Dreadnought armor. That
Mm-hmm.
means they were definitely very, very wary of that Hayabusa just jumping into their faces, and
Mm.
that thing actually worked out for them. The Eve does have the warrior boots as well, so she was a pretty tanky mid laner right there. Farsa definitely did not go in for the swift boots onto herself, the revamped one which gives you hybrid regen. So
Mm.
that didn't work out for her, and she got marked down pretty well. And despite, like you mentioned, the Lapu Lapu getting the stuns with every previous fighter on 2, 3 people, he didn't have any backup. The
Yeah.
damage dealers, they were just so far off trying to battle Joji and Hello onto the backline, and even Type tried to go in for the same backline mark onto Farsa as well as Granger. They just could not back up on time, and that is where, despite whatever good setup that Veldanava and Silas landed, it didn't work out for the side of Tempest for Fam. So, end of the day, it's up to the damage dealers who manages to sidestep better, who manages to survive longer, and Mutants just came out on top, both Yusuke as well as Yatogami. And in terms of damage dealt, I believe that Nathan should have the higher damage of the two marksmen. However,
Mm.
judging from the fact he did get taken down, oh, they did get taken down the same number of times. But
Uh-huh.
however, it's just going to be, you know, just a little bit of here and there. And of course, the Suyo, it was a War X, a standard build as always, probably building in towards the wings for his final item. However, it would not get to complete that because the game was taken by them already.
Absolutely right. And I think he built out the blood wings into the last part where he was diving into the base for Tempest for Lot Family. And Yeah, definitely agree with that because if you do not have the right amount of money for immortality, you can buy for the seal, and that also must have been the reason why he was able to sustain that three damages coming through from the side of Tempest already, and he was able to survive. He was able to zone, and the turrets were free for the taking, and the base is what they wanted. Because it's
Yeah.
actually funny, Sarah, because on paper, if you look at the draft coming through from Tempest for family was already a winning one. And the fact that the Eve was dead only twice with that kind of draft, that's absolutely bonkers. He's so good. He must have been so, exceptional onto this positioning.
Yeah, and if you take a look at the damage dealt, the Granger has a little bit more than the Usui, right? The Nathan.
Oh.
It's a
Mhm.
14k higher. That's like nearly 4 to 5 kills higher. However, like I guess that's just the advantage of having a Granger onto the laning phase. You just keep spamming the Dead Sonata and you keep dealing damage. That's all right. However, both the mages they dealt similar amount of damage. Farsa just slightly more, and the junglers, especially the Hayabusa, dealing 20k to nearly 30k damage more than that of the Suyo is something really huge. End of the day, the difference was made by the two tanks who do have a little bit more onto the Gatotkacha, but of course, in terms of sustain as well, it was the Yuzhong and the Gatot who got the higher damage.
Mm. I feel like it's better to say that the frontliners were much better for this side of mutants. Where the Joan was good, both the Jones were good for both the XP laners. But yeah, the amount of times that Joan coming through from Tempest for family was futile is gonna be very uncountable because most of the time if you see the ways the team fight has been made by both of the teams. It was so chaotic. It was all over the places. But the amount of sustain that they already provided, that mutants already have was coming into their favor. They were able to sustain for a long, long time. And you would see at one point of a time also there was a time when the Gatot will not really use the AOZ instantaneously. He would be using it as a disengage tool or as a tasing one too. And that kind of move coming through from him it was also one of the best micro decisions that you had to make there. And he was so dependent on the Yuzhong too. And because the fact that the Yuzhong is one of the initiator that is gonna be needed, he kind of also need a frontliner, right? He kind of also need a follow-up damage, a follow-up tank to make him work. And that
Yeah.
was completely synergized by both of these two frontliners from the side of mutants. And I think this also plays a very important part into their draft, into their team fights too.
Yeah, and like you mentioned the fact about the AOG, he did actually use it the moment that the Hayabusa shadow expired to jump onto him
Mm,
directly. And so that's a pretty good micro right there for Aroma. While the Khalid, he was just going in a face first with his ultimate. Like he would land a one shot of his first kill and he would like that's the standard way of playing the Khalid I get, but
yeah,
sometimes it's just how the setup works in a game. You wait for the enemy to use up your skills and then you go all in.
exactly. I wanna see how the second game goes, though, because I feel like these two teams doesn't really care about drafting, man. Because if we're going for the drafting, Tempest they had the draft into their favor. It could have been an 80% win rate, and we will never know. But oh my goodness, it's actually mutants here didn't make it work. But this time around, I feel like they can get their comfort picks. But I also do think that the Yu Zhong might be getting banned here. What do you think?
It's a possibility, definitely, because Joji seems to be really comfortable on that hero with his engages and the timings and the petrifies. Of course, the petrifies the most important one of them all. However, both the teams right here just going in for those standard bans as of right now. The Jokshin, the Grog, the Kalia, the Lancelot, the Garutkacha maybe getting taken out. It's definitely a possibility. And all those little standard roamers and EXP getting focused this time around, of course.
The 2 3 bands always gonna be that really sticks out to me because it kind of becomes a meta. And Jushin Kalia is always gonna be and it's gonna kind of taking us back to the previous patches as well. But it's still definitely gonna be working out because the Jushin is still a hero that works very very well when you have a lot of gold lead into the mid lane as well. But Tempest our family, they took down the Gatot, so this is this got to be a respect ban, right?
Definitely. It is a respect ban, honestly, and even the Hayabusa is a respect ban. So, the Alice first pick, it does work out. However, there are a lot of counters to that as we speak. It's the CC and the
Yeah,
Yuzhong getting locked in by
yeah,
the side of Tempest this time. But that
okay.
also means mutants can still go in for a Lunox, they can still go in for an Arlot, they can go in for a Lapu in the gold lane, they can go in for a Nathan for themselves. So
Yeah.
what? What is it going to be? They have a lot of options. What they need to do is make a decision.
And I think they can. The fact that the CC is not flexed by Tempest or family is just showing how the meta has shifted, and it's kind of funny most of the time. But hey, they still went for Juski onto the Eve yet again against the Yuzong this time around. No man, I mean, I hated the Eve pick into we hated the Eve pick into the first game also because it was the first pick, right? And they make it work, so we'll never know. They can make it work here again because this time around they have a follow-up damage that's gonna be at the no, not the follow-up damage, a follow-up crowd control that's gonna be the Grok, which we don't usually see, but the Fredrin. Wow, these teams are actually they really don't care about the draft at all, don't they? Because Eve is already there and they don't care for that counter, right? They just want the Fredrin for themselves.
And who knows, maybe they might even ban out Abaxia up next because,
Oh, yeah.
Abaxia against the Fredrin, they use on the CC definitely works
Mhm.
out because of the anti-heal. And Mutants, though, however, they have two very strong frontliners right now. They could go in for one more and lock in the Shin in the jungle this time around. Definitely works out against the Fredrin. However, if they do decide to go in for a fighter jungle, what can it be? They take out the Lunox, they might take out the Nathan as well up next, or maybe the Granger even, unless they want to give Yati.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it going to be from the side of mutants?
Well, now that the Bastia is already banned and right, and Tempest actually the one they have to ban away because they know that they will be struggling with the Fredrin. So mutants, I kind of like that at least against melee heroes because of the way she's able to reach onto the perfect timing too. Still, they want to go for the Versa. I don't. Yeah, the Versa is a very solid choice into the mid lane against the Eve yet again. So mutants, they have banned away the Lunox and the Kadita already. So two mid laners gone. They have the first one was the only option that they had right now. So mutants, should they go? Are they gonna go for a normal marksman goal or Lapu Lapu against the CC or an Ardot? This is crazy. Ardot goal I've never heard of though.
I mean, if you're a lot man, you can make him work technically anywhere. Jungle Gold, yeah. Oh, but we were
Oh,
forgetting the new man, the new legend into the land of dawn. It's the Balmond. The Balmond jungle against the Fredrin's ECU Young works out wonders. Of course, there's the Mino for the
wow.
knockups now. However, it
Mhm.
still works out because they've got a Granger backing him up right away. So the side of Team Mutant is a very solid drop right now, especially to counter that Fredrin. I kind of feel bad for Hotshot right there.
Yeah.
However, end of the day, it's gonna come down to the execution. Team Tempest for Family, they definitely had it in the early game in the previous game, but this time around, things might look a little different, Debbie.
Yeah, definitely. I like the Balmond man. He's most attractive hero into the land of dawn. I'm gonna be lying, but with the way he's able to chunk down the armor, 40% mind year against this kind of competition that's coming through already from Tempest for Fam, I think it's gonna be good. and the fact that the tornado is not gonna be disturbed anytime soon by the knockouts, yeah, that's also one thing, one factor to be mindful of with the Balmond here. It's gonna be a debut pick, by the way, so that's a very, very a big expectation from the Balmond right now. But I'm really liking the change of the Minotaur here again, because the amount of heal that's gonna be coming through from Tempest Warfam, I think the team fight might eventually be lasting longer than usual. But
Yeah.
Sarah, I don't see anyone bursting the Elise except for the CC. What do you think?
Yep, I agree with you there. And honestly, I think that the reason they took the Minotaur was so that they can sustain long enough that the Alice and the Batman will be doing in the team fights. And that
Mm,
is honestly a smart strategy because the
yeah,
Flask of Oasis is going to give them a lot of shield and a lot of heals with the favor as well once it's unlocked. So Team Tempest for Fam might just make it out alive long enough into the team fights, and if Yuzhong, of course, manages to catch down Yves and Granger on for the back lines, Balmond would face a tough time against the CC, Fred, Minotaur all together. And if you take a look at the draft, though, the Balmond has a little jungle symbol right at its head, and it's looking like a little bow. Pookie Balmond right there.
yeah, Vicky Bowman. Let's see how it goes there, because game number two, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the land of Dawn. This is gonna be a match between Tempest for family. They will be fighting against Mutants in this best of three series for the qualifiers for LAN elimination round, by the way. But this time around, Mutants, they have the first game to their hands.
Definitely, and as we can see, the quick early skirmish this time around, Type has learned his lesson, won't really. Oh, we do see a quick little pause, possibly just a little technical glitch getting fixed out. But onto the top side, though, we can see the Yuzhong on towards the gold lane, is it? It is a Yuzhong on towards the gold lane. Huh.
It's not it's not CC.
Oh, smart choice, I would say.
So, I think this has to be the first time I've into the goal when there is a CC, and I also think that they just don't want the user to be stuck in the lane with the Elise, right? Because the Elise clearance, you cannot leave that time at that any time soon. But the CC might still bully the Elise into the early phases, but the Elise does have a heal for herself, so hmm, this is something new. I don't like it, I don't hate it, but it's gonna be deciding who starts the turtle, man, because Yuzong is what you need when you start the turtle into the XP side, man, not the goal.
Yeah, I mean, Hyujong, he can rotate. He can rotate with the Black Dragon. It works out. And what I think is really smart about this is that he can get the Petrify onto the Ranger every single time he has it available, and that's going to be nearly one assured kill for the side of Team Tempest for Family. So that's a smart choice. And while the CC, of course, will continuously keep shredding down the Alice, she once she gets the War Axe. So good laning options right there. However, into the team fights, the Granger would have the advantage because the CC might just not be able to reach him down. And if even if the Black Dragon finds him with the Petrify, he would be able to escape once he gets the dash. And of course, the Tough Boots gonna grant him some resilience right there.
That's what I think. You have to rest on it and get the damage done, and stay away from the range of the Yuzong that can do the dodge of him. But hey, it's a different kind of emblem that I've seen on Ozuri. Wait, he went for the wild card, right? So he won a lot of cooldown until his kid to have the ultimate form, which is the Black Dragon. I think it's kind of a good idea too, but what doing? I think there might be a little bit of engage, but no, they have to back away because the turtle is watch out for whatever team they are going to have to be ready for this one, because first turtle is always important when you have a utility into the jungle. Fighter or a tank is definitely going to be one of the best factor to go for here yet again. So they have to have a great setup, but sometimes actually they are able to keep up with each other. So yeah, man, there's no way they'll be able to start any fights without any objective.
Yep, and Yuzhong, you need to run, but
Oh,
he slips up. Joji with the flicker. He does find that early little kill onto him. Turtle definitely gonna be free access for the side of Mutants. Alice once again will spot hot shot onto the back line. He's getting melted, like melted down. Of Fredrin that fast. Valdanava, caught in the middle of four people, will find his way back to base. And Alice as well will just gonna be backing off with his first kill. Excalibur doesn't have the feather airstrike. Current call coming in from Silas right there. But is it gonna be enough? RWM, but Type will find the retribution pretty easily. Usui once more will get down with the tectonic charge landing right there. Should not have gone in while it didn't have the ultimate onto him.
Yeah, definitely a good start for Mutants, man. The fact that it and Silas changing out onto their lanes, that kind of ghosted them just a little bit because when you gang onto a user into the early phases, it's definitely going to be taken down in the on-stream members. Even though we have the way to win out into the lane, he kind of struggles when it's gang up on because you want to disable the use round before it starts getting out of hands, and I think Mutants they do understand that, but the top lane is what they wanted here, but they cannot really engage onto a CC right there without a lot of damage too. So but I would like to say that Hello is being so perfect onto the wall that he's been putting here, and there's such a distraction, and there's no way for Tempest or family to walk away from those most of the time. They keep getting caught by it too, and look at the level difference onto these enemies. That's definitely gonna be hurting the user, man.
Even the goal lane, like Ranger is still a level ahead of CC because they missed out on a few minions while they tried to swap lane. From the mid side, the feathered airstrike and the Minoan Fury lands onto 3, double knock up right there. Curtain call will find Hello as well as Type, but the knockback coming in from Minotaur. Oh, but the Grok will make it out alive and the Minotaur gets taken down. Quick and beautiful rotation coming in from Joji right there, and even the Granger just securing those kills for himself.
Yeah, there was a lot of times I remember that with the amount of heal that the Minotaur along with wild, but then no, it cannot really happen because Mutants they are still onto the lead, and Joji, this guy, I don't think he could die either, and even typed onto the Barman, man, the amount of heal that you received, never mind, go.
Oh, he is trying to get the airstrike, but that positioning was a bit too off. Just like the first game, Debbie, like his positioning seemed so off. Like he just believes there's a front line in front of him, but that's not always the case because Hello is there to displace them every single time. And Juski has the ability to play aggressive this time around because it's a Eve with 3 frontliners, and the Atlas, the Throne of Ruin, will hot shot and he gets bursted down. RWM onto the backside. Silas gets taken down. Even Veldanava is in danger here. Minoan Fury comes in on to play along with the flicker. He's gonna try and get the knock up, but not enough. Joji will find the kill onto him.
Wow, what an engagement play from Mutants right there. And I don't think, the flicker was necessary for the Minotaur here. Wait. Oh my goodness, Dragon! Big paw, but defensively, what is this? He's on the lead type. He's trying to chase onto a flying sorcerer, but what can he do, man? He's still gonna be here than ever. This is the power of the bond that we are seeing, and he's still going in.
Yep, and honestly, a flying dragon getting taken down by a Beyblade is the funniest thing. And the Throne of Ruin once more onto the back line. Double kill for Yatta right there. Makes it into a triple. Silas, the only survivor, didn't even join the team fight, but the rest of his team absolutely wiped out.
Wiped it out, man. This is crazy. The amount of engagement done here. I feel like, Type is not going to be dying anytime soon. But there's no amount of damage that comes through from this kind of Tempest hit. And not even the first time is not going to be enough because with the amount of bursts that he has, look at this engage though. Oh man. I'm liking this combination of this XP Lina and the Roma. Come on. They have been able to set it for a long while, and we could see into the first game also the amount of initiation that they did together on the best method that they could find also. Yeah, and with their the follow-ups with their DPS in range as well, that was a good call out, a good combination and communication, I would say, that's coming through from Mutant here again. And I think Tempest and family, they have been put in a chaos. They cannot really come back from here. And Minotaur is a hero that kind of that you use for an engage or even a theater. But then again, he's always has been using the Minotaur Fury for a disengagement defensively most of the time, and then there's no way for even Usui to go in. That's kind of costing them quite a lot. And at that point of the time, mutants, they already have all their synergies, all their skill combinations done.
Yep, and the Kijongo trying to defend that tier 2 here. But he does manage to defend it though, but that's one important resource going to take. Oh! Donnie charge at the Throne of Ruin into the back line. Yatagami with the double kill will find the turret as well. Now he's going for the triple. RWM gonna lock them in. Triple for him. Is he gonna get the Maniac? He gets the Maniac. Yatagami, the man. Along with Hello, Joji, and Zuski just setting it all up for him in a platter. The kill after kill after kill after kill, and that's a cheese little maniac for him right there.
The big man, who cares? Who cares about Astra Eco? Wait, Arya Grande can have an Eve Grande combination here to slow down perfectly on time, and mid lane yet again they are trying to show dominance here. Look at Tide, man. He doesn't care. He's gonna spin around into their faces and he will be getting away without getting any damage. He's not even taking damage. The amount of damage coming through from Tempest from family is just tickling him. Look at the dive.
Oh, again. Did he do the same thing twice? No. Oh, and the life steal from the minions. The double for type right there. He's like, I'm not gonna let Yato have the show. This is my show as well. But the minimum is gonna stop him a little bit. Joji trying to get something, but it's kind of low, so won't be able to tank the turret as such. But Nava has to flicker out. Type gonna be caught out low, and he gets shot down from the turret. But the base, it's gone into the hands of mutants. A 2-0 land spot secured for the side of Team Mutants.
What is this, man? What are we watching? Ballman. Zero that's by the way with a 6 dash brethren onto the other side. Oh man. This is something we don't usually see. This is the debut of Bauman, by the way, after the revamp. And he got all the stars assigned on him. And I think Sarah was like, man, Yatagami had all the highlights on him too. But this time around, I think Type just really wanted to highlight for himself also. And the early game was perfectly well for Mutants because they have a Bauman. He's not going to be dying. And the fact that they pick a Fredrin onto for Tempest, for family, they pick a Fredrin onto an Eve already. There was also already a death sentence, and that was seen into the early phases where the leading phases were happening and the turtles and everything and all the setups were still there, but the Fredrin cannot really sustain anything. He was too squeezy, man, and especially against the Bowman. It's not really gonna be working out. Of course, they banned out the X-Rock and the Bosia, right? But the Bowman was something we did not see it coming.
I mean, it's just how this new patches, no team kind of expects the picks that are going to be coming in. And they just go in for some very random pick. It's a Tammuz jungle, it's a Palman jungle, it's practically anything they pick up. And it works out against the staple picks that we have seen, whether it's a Hayabusa, a Ling, a Suyo, a Frederian, a Yisunshin. It's like Yisunshin has just gone out of the picture ever since the new patch dropped.
He's gone. He's removed. I think some teams, but I don't think it will be first pick anymore, and I don't think. I mean, why you want to play the users with mechanics? With a lot of decision makings when you have a Bowman that he can go into anything at any place at any time, and you won't even get punished for that. It's so disgusting, man. He went in between 4 or 5 people, and he gets out unscathed. Unscathed, by the way.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It's just the power of the Beyblade, like we have been seeing since our childhood. You get a Beyblade in your hands, you've conquered the world, and that's exactly what a Bowman is. And as for MVP, once more, The very valuable, the very amazing. Hello, on to that Grok this time around. 20 assists from for his team. 20. At the
Wow.
95% team fight participation. Of course, damage taken highest as always. It's the legend, man. This man is gonna go miles as Roma.
That's what I'm talking about, man. The Gatot, the Grok, he made it work. He made anything work. And the fact that I cannot stop mentioning the synergy coming through with what is with Josie as well, man. The perfect at least Grok combination that they did and the cleanup coming through from Yatogami, right? That was so commendable, man. They weren't scared to dive into those turrets as well. And as we can see, most of the initiation were done by hello here onto the grog and at the start of the game I feel like Tempest for family would have been so annoyed with the walls that he had been putting here and there because they were caught into those walls and they got taken down with the knocks here and there with the passive for the grog as well. And I feel like he understand exactly what he was doing because if you see the wall placement also, he's just stopping the members of Tempest for family right on a spot that he want them to be in and keep it. It's like serving his teammate a kill on a silver platter, and they are just enjoying it at one point.
Definitely, and honestly speaking, even the Eve managed to give such a nice follow up. Like the moment the Throne of Ruin as well as the Tectonic Charge, the crowd control duration ended, she popped in the RWM and it just helped
Yeah.
Yatagami secure those kills right away. The slowdown, the lockdown, whatever you want to call it, and there was the Death Sonatas on your face every single time, boom, 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 and those were just kills secured one after another. So of course that did work out very well for the side of Team Mutants, and they definitely secured that quick little win. The first game they were struggling, but they managed to come back. However, in this game, they were completely dominant. They were at their form, they had the picks, the comfort on the Granger and the Eve, and as well as the draft was obviously a win just because of that one singular Balman and Grok pick.
Ballman pick, man. And to be with Voltman, look at him seamlessly spinning around in the opponent jungle and gets away unscathed, by the way. The fact that the bomber is so good onto objective taking also. See, this is the wall I've been talking about, man. The wall placement has always been stopping, has always been a nuisance for Tempest for family as well. And them able to start onto this objective on the perfect amount of time, and the fact that they are able to go for the setups and leave the objective if they have a way for the kill. Look at this wall. Yet again, always in the places, and it's just them having enjoying the kills that they'll be having whenever there's a wall placement.
True, and that the fact that the side of Team Tempest for Family had all heroes to sustain more of physical damage as compared to the magic damage, and the new Balman with the patch changes, he reduced his physical defense with every single spin onto the
Yeah.
second skill, so that just kind of powered the Granger to land his damage much more. I was wondering, like, what causes a Granger to deal that much damage in the early game? I mean,
Uh-huh.
hello. It's just the Balmond spinning off for you in front of you.
It's like him unlocking the lock and just the Granger just opening the door. It's just too easy of a synergy that they are coming through from them as well. And this the amount of combination that they have been performing here. Oh my goodness, it's so perfectly on point here. I don't think Templars or family have any ways to try to come back to this because most of the time if you see the Black Dragon, it's used defensively. If you see the Midnight Fury, it's used defensively because every kind of initiation mutants have been making, there's always an objective behind it, and they're always able to secure it on time too. And this was the Minute, yeah, it was a Minute for Yatogami, of course, provided by the Eve combination as well as the Grok and the Elise as well. But right now, I think this guy, man, he doesn't really die, does he? He's just diving into the bases and he's just coming out without getting anything, without getting his HPs down as well. And I don't think Tempest or family have any ways to even come back to this because, as we can see, it was pure dominance, right? Since the start, the amount of crowd control that the group provided and the sustain that Tide already have onto the Bowman and the equal amount of damage that he was already giving up how will you recover from that? That was seriously a one of the greatest combination I've seen so far.
True, and it was just very pleasing to the eyes to watch as well in terms of damage dealt. Of course, the Balman takes this one away. He was just
Yeah.
always there in front and always dealing that damage, of course. And ironically, the Farsa and took a
Uh-huh.
lot of damage as well. Like, it was like she was marked down every single time. However, all that's
Yeah.
fine and well because the side of Team Mutants did have their maximum damage taken onto Grok, of course, as well as Balman. But since he could just recover it all away, it didn't matter
Yeah.
as much. Really didn't matter. It's like a tickle. You deal one shot of damage to him and he just recovers it right away by killing a minion.
Yeah.
So, of course, things worked out very well for the side of Mutants. Another 2-0 that we got to witness today after Yama Esports securing the third spot into the top 8. Team Mutants will be taking away the fourth spot into the LAN.
That's right. Congratulations to the mutants. This might be their first round, we'll never know. But I hope that they will be able to perform like they did today. That was seriously amazing. The amount, I feel like, the drafting for these two teams is so how it's not bad, it's not good, it's so different, but in a good way. And I'm
Yeah.
digging it, man. I'm digging it because who would have thought that the Balmon debut would be here in the elimination round, in the qualifiers round for the LAN, and deservingly so for mutants. They are able to make this. Right, congratulations to them. I feel like they will be staying in form for a long, long while.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, with that, that's the end of tonight's two best of threes. We have 4 qualifiers already for the Hornbill Esports Festival, the Esports Championship for MOBA 5v5. And with that, for tonight, this was me, Sarah, alongside the very talented, of course, Debbie. We are done with the 2 games, and we will be back tomorrow with some more amazing teams. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you all tomorrow.